Greetings and congratulations on your successful download of this podcast episode. Before we commence with the discussion, please be advised of the possibility that offensive material may be expressed by our hosts at any given moment. Rest assured that they are people of fine character who have yet to be charged with a particular crime and harbour no ill will toward anyone. However, they are rather forthright in their opinions and capable of unpleasant language that may upset those of you with obviously superior moral standards. We value your interest in this podcast and hope to prevent such disgusting, filthy words causing you and your loved ones to scream in absolute terror, resulting in years of considerably expensive psychiatric therapy. And now, on with the episode.
Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to Drunk Cinema. I'm one of your co-hosts, Charles Skaggs, back in the Drunk Cinema Theater, ready to talk one of my all-time favorite comedies. And I'm joined, of course, by one of my all-time favorite people, Zan Sprouse. How you doing, Zan?
Thank you, Charles. I'm doing much better after hearing one of my all-time favorite people say that I'm one of their all-time favorite people. So that's awesome.
Well, I think that goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Tonight, to quote one of our previous movies, yeah, we'll say it again anyway. See you tomorrow, Indiana Jones. Anyway, yes, tonight we are doing Ghostbusters, the original Ivan Reitman directed
1984 version.
1984, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis penned Ghostbusters, which shout out to my buddy Mike Hunter. This is his favorite movie.
Okay.
And also shout out to my buddy Tom Cheeky, who likes this movie, but his favorite movie of the Ghostbusters is Ghostbusters 2. He's a big Ghostbusters 2 fan. So
there you go. So he actually likes Ghostbusters 2 more than Ghostbusters?
Mm-hmm. He does.
That's interesting.
I
don't think I've ever met anybody who liked the sequel more than the original.
I love the sequel. I think I might actually it might be like 49-51 for me.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't hate the sequel at all, but I'm surprised because I just don't think it kind of, in my mind at least, doesn't quite stack up to the original.
Well, nothing's going to because this movie was groundbreaking.
Yeah, exactly.
So
this movie, like I said, is the 1984 version, the original. And one of the reasons we're talking about it today for episode 12 is that, hey, it kind of came out this very week, only decades ago.
37 years ago.
Yeah, 37 years ago. No big deal, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it was released on June 8th, 1984. Written by Dan Aykroyd and Harold Ramis, the late Harold Ramis.
The late, great, hot as hell Harold Ramis.
That's right. So directed and produced by Ivan Reitman,
mm-hmm.
who, of course, directed the sequel, Ghostbusters 2,
mm-hmm.
along with that cool Ray Parker Jr. video.
Mm-hmm. Also, bit of trivia about Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah.
In Ghostbusters 2, when Ray and Winston are doing birthday parties,
mm-hmm.
and they're at the birthday party, and this little boy says, "You know, my dad says you guys are full of crap." And his mom comes up to him to get him. She's like, "Jason, hush." That's actually Jason Reitman.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah, that's Ivan Reitman's son, Jason.
That's a great little bit of trivia.
Yep. Jason, hush. Yeah, it's really Jason.
That's actually my least favorite sequence in the movie.
No, it's just that my dad says you guys are full of crap, and that's why you went out of business.
Right. It is a little cringy, though, because to see them doing kids' birthday parties.
I just love it where they're like, it's all this strange, and it don't look good. Well, let's get a beer.
Well, before we talk that movie, we're going to talk the first one.
Yes, definitely.
So Ivan Reitman also, of course, notable because he did Stripes,
Uh-huh.
which is another great comedy, one of my favorites. Twins, Kindergarten Cop, Meatballs with Bill Murray,
Mm-hmm.
Dave and Junior.
Oh, yeah, Dave. I forgot about Dave.
Yeah. So he kind of had he has this strong connection with Bill Murray and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Evidently.
Go figure.
Yeah, exactly.
And of course, this movie stars Bill Murray as Peter Venkman, Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Venkman, who is a poor scientist.
He has degrees in both psychology and parapsychology.
Dan Aykroyd as Ray Stantz, Sigourney Weaver as Dana Barrett, Harold Ramis as Egon Spengler, and Rick Moranis as Louis Tully, Annie Potts as Janine Melnitz, William Atherton, who is kind of like almost like a cult figure to Zan and I, because
This is our second William Atherton movie, too, now that I think about it.
it is. So that means we're going to have to do, complete the William Atherton film series.
We should do Real
Genius.
Genius.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking.
Eat it, Harvey.
Yeah. As Professor Jerry Hathaway in that movie.
Don't forget Ernie Hudson as Winston Zeddemore.
I was going to get there, but yes, Ernie Hudson as Winston Zeddemore, who we're big fans of on Ghostwood because, hey, he played Colonel Davis on Twin Peaks.
Yes, he did.
So taking over for the late great Don Davis.
Yeah, yes, and his character is named in honor of the late great Don Davis.
Exactly, and also he did Torchwood Miracle Day, which I thought was interesting, and The Crow, one of my all-time favorite movies from the 90s.
I think that is probably my favorite line that Ernie Hudson has ever uttered.
Yeah.
Is, at least he didn't do that walking in the wind shit. I hate that.
That's a great line.
Because of course, the Crow, if you've never seen the Crow kind of looks like a mime.
Yeah, exactly.
With the white face and the eye makeup, and so he's. That's why he says, at least he didn't do that walking in the wind shit. I hate that, because that's what it is when a mime walks around and looks like they can't walk because the wind is too heavy.
That's the actual miming part. Yes.
Charles, somewhere in file somewhere is a DVD cover of Ghostbusters that is signed by Ernie Hudson, but I don't know where it is right now.
Okay.
So
you're not going to try to dig out that treasure trove.
I'm not going to try. No, I've already started drinking, so we're not going to try and do that.
That's probably for the best, because we know what happens when you decide to try to do that.
I fall over chairs.
You fall over chairs, yes. Potential bodily injury. But for those who can't see out there in podcast land, Zan does have quite the cool assortment of memorabilia goodness.
Ghostbusters swag.
Yep, she has the Ghostbusters, the vinyl soundtrack. She's got Ghostbusters Pez. So, and now it's dark.
I thought Slimer was glow in the dark, but he's not. I guess I didn't get that one.
That's okay. There's Slimer. Slimer Pez.
Yeah, see, I've got the...
she actually brought them out of the Pez room, you guys. So this is obviously a very special occasion.
This is a special moment. So the Pop Pez has Peter Venkman slimed. He's got green stuff on his head.
Okay.
It has Ray Stantz with those goggles that he wears.
Right.
Egon is just Egon. Winston's got marshmallow on him.
Okay.
And then you've got Slimer and the Stay Puft Man. And the Stay Puft Man,
Marshmallow Man.
he's the happy version of the Stay Puft Man.
Oh, okay. So it's not like that moment in which we'll talk about when we see it, when the Ghostbusters are, they cross the streams and he has that real shocked look of horror on his face.
Right, he just gets angry.
Or that angry moment when he tries to step on the church, because nobody steps on a church in my town.
Nobody steps on a church in my town.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. So, I also have that. I have those.
That's cool.
Also, in the garage somewhere is the Lego version of the Ecto-1 that I did not bring out. So that's somewhere in the house. I've got the vinyl version of the soundtrack, and I also have this pretty nifty little shaped picture disc single of Ray Parker Jr.'s Ghostbusters that is in the shape of the Ghostbusters logo. So,
which is pretty sweet.
And it's an original from the 80s. It's not like a reproduction or something like that. So,
Yeah, I used to have a Ghostbusters shirt with the logo once upon a time, but of course it got destroyed over time. But
exactly. That was and you probably wore it a lot.
well, and the fact that when the movie came out, I was 15, so it was like a medium, and I couldn't wear it now. So
Yeah.
my medium days are behind me as far as T-shirts go.
God, I'm
still in large, but
I'm impressed. I'm impressed.
It's a constant battle, especially on steroids that I take for my
my
inhaler. So
I was really kind of never a medium, but then again, I had boobs. So
yeah, you were kind of already at a disadvantage there.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. Well, I guess. That's a good point, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, I kind of have to retract that statement, I think.
So
silly me.
Yeah, it was like large was usually not good enough to hold the boobs in. So
the T-shirt kind of stands strain, Captain. That kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. You see what I have to work with here,
Mr. Napier. Yes. So this movie, 1 hour 45 minutes, so it should be quite a simple task, presumably.
Mm-hmm.
Nominated for 2 Academy Awards, didn't win any.
Won nothing
because, well, it was nominated for Best Original Song for Ghostbusters because Ray Parker Jr., right?
And tell us what won instead of that, Charles.
Well, actually, the winner was Stevie Wonder's I Just Called to Say I Love You. Yeah, from The Woman in Red.
Which
on the one hand, Ghostbusters, cool song, but it's kind of hard to top Stevie Wonder.
It's kind of hard to stop Stevie Wonder, and that's a fun song.
And that's one of his better songs, so yeah. Well, not the best song, but it's one of his better ones.
No, it's definitely not the best one, but it's definitely a fun one.
I would give Higher Ground as my personal favorite of Stevie Wonder's.
Stevie songs. Ooh, boy.
Or Superstitious.
Yeah, Superstition is a really, really, really good one.
Yeah. And I like Higher Ground too. Before the Red Hot Chili Peppers covered it.
I also really like I Wish.
Okay.
If you're not familiar with the song I Wish, it is what Will Smith used as the sample for his Wild Wild West song.
Okay.
That's Stevie Wonder's I Wish.
I blank out Wild Wild West and Will Smith.
Oh my God, I love that stupid song. Wicked, wicked, wild, wild.
Because I'm a huge fan of the original Wild Wild West TV show. So.
Well, I'm a badass cowboy living in the cowboy days. Wiki, wiki, slash, yo, yo, bang, bang. Selma Hayek found a big metal spider. That is the Cartman version of the Wild Wild West song.
So Ghostbusters also nominated for Best Visual Effects, but lost to a little movie you may have heard of called Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Yeah, I can see that. I can totally see that.
Especially for that mine car sequence, right?
This is a better movie than both of those movies put together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right.
But I can sort of see it. This is probably when asked if you said, Zan, what's your favorite Elmer Bernstein soundtrack?
I was just gonna get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the great Elmer Bernstein did this one. Who, of course, did a lot of incredible movies. The scores for those, like Animal House, Airplane, The Ten Commandments, The Magnificent Seven, To Kill a Mockingbird, and here's one of my favorites, Heavy Metal.
Yep.
The Black Cauldron, Cape Fear, and here's a fun one, Robot Monster.
Robot Monster is a fantastic movie.
So, yeah.
It's a fabulous movie.
As an MST3K fan, I fell in love with that movie.
Robot Monster's fabulous.
I love Robot Monster.
I love the soundtrack to Kill a Mockingbird. To Kill a Mockingbird is a fabulous movie anyway.
Right.
It's just a phenomenal, phenomenal picture, and it's one of the most faithful adaptations of a novel. For example, if you ever need to take a test and you don't have time to read To Kill a Mockingbird,
watch the movie. Yeah.
You can watch the movie and you will pass the test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know because we watched the movie in high school. So.
Right. We watched the movie in high school and I'd seen the movie before, and as I read the book, I'm like, I kind of know exactly what's going to happen in this. Like, I know, like, a lot of the quotes are the same, and a lot of the dialogue is the same. So.
It's pretty faithful, yeah.
It's a fantastic, fantastic movie, and if you don't like it, you need to check your soul because something's wrong with you.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then
Make sure you have one. Yeah.
make sure you have one. But one of my all-time favorite love themes from a movie
Yeah.
is the love theme from Airplane. I think it's beautiful. I think it's a great love theme. It's like not, even though it's a comedy movie, the love theme is nowhere, it's not tongue in cheek at all. I love it.
Right.
So yeah, that's a good one. So yeah, Elmer Bernstein's great. And this one is probably one of my favorites for being a great mixture of creepy and comedic at the same time.
Yeah. Because like one of the things that stands out, and I know we're going to talk about this when we get to it, but when I think of Elmer Bernstein, his score, I think of that great sequence when the Ghostbusters have to climb up like 15 flights of stairs.
Okay, when we get to 20, tell me.
Yeah, exactly. That.
I'm going to throw up.
Yeah, maybe it's like 25. I don't know, but they have to climb up, and just the piano.
No, she lives on floor 22, so they only go up 22.
Okay, but it's like that. Dun dun
Yeah, it's great. He does a great job.
It is fantastic. All right, this movie made like $295.2 million from a budget of just 25 to 30 million.
This movie made some fucking dough. Yeah.
Serious return on investment there. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
But and we'll get into some more trivia when we talk about when we discuss the movie. But I've got some notes here just to kind of tease it. I've got information about some alternate casting for the movie.
Yeah.
And how the Ghostbusters was originally conceived by Dan Aykroyd.
Mm-hmm.
And some suggestions that Sigourney Weaver did for Dana.
Mm-hmm.
And some information about the Ghostbusters title, which they were originally legally restricted from using.
I know, right?
So we got some things we could talk about as we watch this movie.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if everybody's ready.
I'm ready.
All right. You sure? Because you're checking your phone. I want to make sure you're ready.
I'm not checking my phone. I'm looking at IMDb to remember trivia, okay?
Okay. All right. So
I'm not just texting somebody else while I'm talking to you. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I'm looking at stuff.
All right. So for those who are playing the home game, and we certainly encourage you to watch Ghostbusters along with us, we are at roughly the 21-second mark, which is the black screen of blackness right after the Columbia Pictures logo.
Right after Annette Bening shows up. Yeah.
So
I don't know if you remember that story, Charles.
You might want to explain that reference. Yes.
Yes. That in the 90s, the Columbia Pictures logo got a little bit of a facelift.
Mm-hmm.
The Columbia Pictures lady became, Columbia.
Yep.
They redid the art for her, and the rumor was that the model for it was Annette Bening.
Interesting.
So that's and if you watch one from the 90s, what'll happen in the usually with Columbia Pictures is that in the 80s you'd see her and it would go really bright and then just turn into like a drawing.
Yes.
But in the 90s it would go bright and then it would go close up on her face and then into whatever. And everybody said it looked like Annette Bening, and so this rumor went around that Annette Bening had been the model for the redo of the Columbia Pictures logo.
But nothing official, right?
Nothing. No, it's not her. It's just I just call her that.
That's kind of funny. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
All right. So if everybody's ready, like I said, the black screen of blackness right after Columbia Pictures, and we will do this in 3, 2, 1. Doink.
Boink. At the main branch of the New York Public Library.
Right.
So, all right. So Charles and I looked this up.
Mm-hmm.
This right here is Fortitude. The lions in front of the New York Public Library are named Patience and Fortitude. And Fortitude is on the north and Patience is on the south. And if you're just looking at the building, north is on the right, South is on the left.
Yeah, we looked this up. So thank you, Google Maps, for straightening this out.
Those are all mistakes, Otto. I looked them up. So,
so here we are now in the basement of the New York Public Library.
The New York Public Library, which I always call it that now because that's how Dan Aykroyd says it. I can't not say it.
You have to do the whole formal thing, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
This, of course, is the late, great Alice Drummond.
Yeah. I love the camera work here as we go through the bookshelves.
Yeah. Like, what the heck? And this just...
We dive right into the supernatural stuff, which is great.
We dive right into the supernatural stuff. And
you don't have to wait.
That one of my favorite places to be is alone in library stacks. It's just one of the most peaceful things where I could be, and I love the smell, and I just love being surrounded by it. I just feel very much at home and very much at peace when I'm in a library like this. Not when there's a ghost there, though. Yeah. That's not as fun.
Zan, I secretly have to wonder if you're my sister once again.
Well,
because I'm right there with you.
Yeah, that's the thing.
As if anybody who knows, like here in the fortress of the basement of solitude, that books are my jam. Needless to say.
Logo. Yeah.
Ghostbusters. Which is probably a good time to mention that, they originally were prohibited from using that logo, or that title, because there was this 1970s CBS kids show called The Ghostbusters.
That's right.
Which was a live action show. It actually featured, I believe, Larry Storch from F Troop.
Wow, Larry Storch.
Yeah, there's a reference for you.
There's a name.
But
yeah.
They originally were considering using Ghost Stoppers, Ghost Breakers, and Ghost Smashers.
I would have liked Ghost Facers, like from
right.
From Supernatural.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
all right, so
go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
I was just going to say really quickly that, but the Columbia Pictures executive Frank Price essentially parted ways with Columbia, and became the head of Universal Pictures, at which point he sold Columbia the title for $500,000 plus 1% of the profits. But because of Hollywood accounting, the movie never made technically a profit.
Oh, fuck you guys.
Yeah, right? I'm sure that shit goes on all the time.
Oh, it goes on all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, this is Charles in Charge's girlfriend from the Scott Baio TV show.
This is an actress named Jennifer Runyon, who is kind of famous for being in the late 80s. There was a very Brady Christmas reunion movie.
Okay. Was she Cindy replacement?
She was the Cindy replacement.
I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah, she's the Cindy replacement. So, yes, but she is Charles in Charge's girlfriend.
Yeah. I can't remember because I block out everything Scott Baio these days.
I know, it's so sad.
Yeah.
And this guy here
what the fuck is wrong with you, Chachi? Come on.
Seriously. Stephen Tash right here.
Yeah.
He was in Christine, and that's kind of about it.
Yeah.
So,
yep. Well,
so he's
tell you what
basically,
the effect is. It's pissing me off.
You keep the $5. Yeah.
I will, mister.
So, here's Peter Venkman being gross and hitting on students.
Right.
So
being kind of
he's trying to make her think that he is studying the effect of negative reinforcement on ESP ability.
Right.
And he's lying to him and saying he's getting it wrong, but lying to her saying she's getting it right. It's a hit on.
Right.
So.
And Ray is essentially cock blocking him here.
So we're in the middle of something, Ray. Oh, I love that. Like, I need more time with the subject. Could you come back in an hour and a half?
Yeah, I need more time with this subject.
Yeah, he's like, stop hitting on students and come find ghosts with me.
Right.
Free floating, full torsos, vapor apparition. It blew books off shelves from 20 feet away and scared the socks off some poor librarian. I'm very excited. I want you to get right down there.
Pleased. Yes.
Check it out. Get back to me. Get right back to me. I love the look on his face right here.
Yeah. Spengler went down there. He took PKE valences. They went right off the top of the scale.
We're close on this one. I can feel it. I feel it. We're very, very close. So, yeah, she is...
Anyway,
she's kind of a perfect 80s hot girl.
Right.
You know, with
the blonde, yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
hair.
8 o'clock?
You're a legitimate phenomenon. So here's my question. Does she show up at 8 o'clock and is he there?
No.
No?
He totally stands her up. That's my theory.
Yeah.
All right, so I know this movie so well that I just know that the captions are wrong. So
well,
there's a little bit of...
Christine loves to point that out. Christine Brewski. Yep. So.
Hey, the sponge is migrated about 1.5 feet.
Right. I love it. Peter here.
Good. Whack.
Thump.
That would be extremely loud.
Right.
If that had to happen here.
Blow out your eardrums, man.
Yeah. Bite your head off, man.
Remember that time you were going to drill a hole through your head? That would have worked if you hadn't stopped me.
If you hadn't stopped me.
I love that line.
Yeah. This here is character actor John Rothman.
Okay.
He's been judge on Law and Order and various other movies and TV. But whenever I see him, he's the guy from the library in Ghostbusters. Because that's where I know most of these people from.
So of course, we're going to have Venkman interview Alice here.
Mm-hmm. My uncle thought he was St. Jerome.
I call that a big yes.
I call that a big yes. No, of course not.
You habitually using drugs, stimulants, alcohol?
Yeah. Are you, Alice?
Menstruating right now?
Here it is.
Yep.
Back off, man.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
That is the greatest.
Yeah, it is the greatest. Back off, man. We're doing science.
I am hoping...
We are sciencing.
I'm hoping for her sake, at the age she's at, she's not menstruating anymore.
One would think. Right.
I would really hope that for her. Because I'm drunk enough for some TMI, Charles, because I am, in fact, menstruating right now. And I'm so ready for this to be fucking over.
Yeah, my wife is right there with you, by the way.
Yeah, just, we're going to have, a bunch of us Gen Xers are going to have this gigantic menopause party when it finally happens.
So all the guys out there, or any ladies in relationship with ladies, tread carefully, everybody.
I love this line. Listen, smell something? That's a great line.
Yep.
Listen, you smell something? Yeah, no human being would have smelled looks like this. But I want a sample of this. When somebody blows their nose and you want to keep it? I'm getting ahead of myself.
Yeah, you are. You're screwing me up here because...
No, we're not. Yeah, we're still in sync, I think. But
I just want to make sure because you do that and I always think that I'm behind.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I need to fast forward.
Oh.
Then he tries to flip it, do the flick.
Does the flip and it gets red.
Flick. Right in the eye.
Just rubs it all over the books.
Rubs it all over the books. It's like, what are the books? Don't do that to the books. Ruin the books.
Yep. Egon, your mucus.
Yeah.
Boom.
Mucus.
Yeah. Look how young Dan Aykroyd looks in this movie. He's so cute.
Right. Only had a mildly receding hairline at this point.
Yep. Oh, I didn't tell you this, but our good friend Mike McGrainer was able to find the Pride edition of Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Head vodka.
That's right. You posted a picture of this.
Yes, and he was able to find a bottle that he could sell to me. So I was able to get one of those, and it's super cool. It's not what I'm drinking tonight, though.
Yeah. So, well, first, I should mention that that bottle looks essentially like one of the crystal skulls from Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but filled with Axis chemicals that turned Jack Napier into the Joker.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
So
Uh,
enjoy that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Come here, Francine.
Come here, Francine. I love that.
I wish I knew why he called him Francine.
I don't know, but it just works.
His name is not.
That's what
Stop that.
I'm sure Bill Murray totally improvised that line.
He probably did. Yeah. But his name, it's like, his name is Raymond. It's not even, his name isn't even Frank. It's just.
No,
like,
it's like, did he know a girl named Francine, or that he used to pull by the ear? I don't know. But
who knows?
I'm Peter.
Where are you from?
Originally.
Yeah. And then, of course, at the library, so she shushes him.
It's like, oh, you did not just shush me. You did not just shush me.
You didn't shush me. So here's the thing about...
Here's Ray's big plan, by the way.
Stay close. Here's the thing about this movie is that, you know, you've got your goofy ghosts like Slimer and all that fun stuff.
Right.
But she's scary as hell.
Yeah.
Man. Look at that.
Yeah, that's right. That's, you know, you can definitely see where they at least tried to make it scary that moment, because they had to do a shock to get them out.
Right.
So they had to play it straight for that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, there's... Get her. That was your whole plan.
Get her.
Get her. It's scientific.
It just got overexcited.
So, yes, I believe, if memory serves, that they are out of Columbia University.
Probably.
That's where they are. They're
Probably.
Columbia.
So, Zan, did you want to tell everybody what you're drinking tonight? Since you mentioned
Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet? Okay, we got to wait for it? Okay.
Yeah, we'll wait for it.
Well, I'll mention for me, I'm just having a Great Lakes Dortmunder lager beer tonight.
Dortmunder lager is delicious.
It is good. It's excellent. It's one of my favorite lagers. So cheers to Great Lakes for that. Had some tucked way back in my fridge. I was like, oh, I need to drink this. So.
Hey, Dean Yeager.
Yep.
This is, of course, Jordan Charney, who has been in everything.
Right.
Also has played a judge on Law & Order.
He's probably related to Dean Wormer from Animal House.
There's a, he's also in a very special Christmas episode of Night Court that I remember being just absolutely charming.
I love your memory. I wish to God I had your memory.
Well, it's one of those things where when it gets reinforced like this, you are, of course, got a popular trope. Your methods are sloppy and your conclusions are highly questionable. You are a poor scientist, Dr. Venkman. And you have no place in this department or in this universe. So
here's the thing. So did they just give over the readings they just took?
That's a good question. Okay, now I will tell everybody what I'm drinking. Okay, I am drinking what Venkman is drinking right here. I am drinking apricot brandy.
There you go.
So, which is also an alcohol they mention in Jaws, which makes me think we need to put Jaws on our list, Charles.
Probably. I could deal with that. I like Jaws.
So call it fate, call it karma. I believe that everything happens for a reason. I believe that we were destined
to get thrown out of this dump.
To go into business for ourselves. We also missed one of my favorite lines where he's like, "You've never been out of college. You don't know what it's like out there."
In the private sector.
Expect results. They give us money and facility that we don't have to do anything. I don't know.
I don't know. He's so excited by this.
You're never going to
regret this, Ray.
My parents left me that house. I was born there. Everybody has 3 mortgages nowadays. But at 19%, you'd even bargain with a guy. 19%, you guys?
Right.
Really fucking high for a mortgage.
Seriously.
In comparison.
For the first 5 years, it comes to $95,000.
The franchise rights alone will make us rich beyond our wildest dreams.
So hopefully they paid back that loan after they started making money.
Seriously. Charles, just in comparison, my mortgage is 4%.
Okay. Excellent.
So, so that's a really shitty percentage. I think this building should be condemned.
Well, to be fair, they were higher interest rates back in the 80s than there are now these days.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I think my parents' first house was 17%, something ridiculous.
And if you don't believe me, look at your savings account and see how much interest you're getting in your savings account.
Uh-huh. It's not a lot.
It's not a lot, no. Wow, this place is great. When can we move in? You got to try this pole. I'm going to get my stuff.
I'm going to get my stuff.
I love Ray's enthusiasm.
I'm not even going to begin to try and pronounce this woman's last name. Her first name is Rhoda, and we need DJ Nick to help us pronounce it because it's
How do you spell it? How do you spell it?
It looks like Gemignani is what it looks like.
All right. It's probably close enough.
And she's another one that's just shown up a lot all over the place. Like I seem to remember her being
you're wearing Spook Central, by the way.
Spook Central, yeah. I seem to remember her being in
55
like
Central Park West
stuff. So she's an actress that pops up every once in a while. Here we have the amazing Sigourney Weaver,
fresh off of Alien.
What did she do between this 5 years?
It's 5 years, but after Alien, but still.
What did she do? Let's find out.
Yep. Let's go to the phone, shall we?
Let's check the phone. Yeah.
And here's Rick Moranis.
Oh, Rick Moranis. Do you want to know why, Charles, we don't see Rick Moranis in movies anymore?
He retired.
And you want to know why?
Why?
To take care of his kids after his wife died.
That's a good reason.
He's a gem of a
Well, he probably figures I have enough money. I don't need to keep working.
He is a gem.
After that Honey, I Shrunk the Kids films. I'm sure he's set.
Sigourney Weaver, in between Alien and this movie, was in The Year of Living Dangerously.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So.
I always forget about that movie.
Yeah. That's an interesting movie.
Mm-hmm.
Caught on a ledge, tried to disconnect the cable, but I couldn't get in.
Yep.
So I turned on my TV real loud too, so everybody thinks both of our TVs had something wrong with it.
Yep. And in case you haven't,
see you later, huh? Give you a call.
In case you haven't figured it out, the visual gag here is that he's really short and she's really tall.
Right, and God forbid a short guy dates a tall woman.
Right. I say this as a short guy.
I love this.
Do you experience feelings of dread in your basement or attic? I'm 5'7".
That's like average, though.
Have you or any of your family? If the answer is yes, pick up the phone and call the professionals. Ghostbusters.
Our courteous staff is on call, ready to serve your supernatural elimination needs. We're ready to believe you. Yeah.
I love the cheesiness of that commercial.
I know, it's so bad. It's so badly done.
But that's the point. That's the gag.
So, oh, damn it. You know what I meant to do today, Charles?
Get marshmallows?
No, I have marshmallows.
Oh.
I meant to make hard-boiled eggs so I could make,
and 2 hard-boiled eggs.
Deviled eggs. I wanted to make deviled eggs.
Yeah. When I
was a kid, I thought this was one of the coolest effects I'd ever seen. That they were able to.
It is a pretty cool effect.
Because here's my question.
It still holds up because they pop out of the shells.
They pop out of shells, and
so essentially, her counter must be like a.
The scene before the close up, there were more eggs that were broken. Anyway,
right.
How are they doing? See how there's more eggs in that long shot than there are in the close up shot.
Right.
Also, how are those eggs cooking, but the marshmallows aren't melting?
Well,
it's impressive. It's a really well done.
I will tell you because probably that thing is probably set up like a grill to make it look like a counter.
Yeah, it is, and I'll bet the marshmallows aren't really marshmallows.
Or that burner isn't turned on.
Yeah.
So only the egg burner is turned on.
Yeah. So, Charles, I forget exactly where this is in New York City, but have you ever been to New York and driven by this building?
I've never been to New York, period.
It's bizarre. You drive by this building, you're like, oh my God!
It's the Ghostbusters building.
Because it's still there, and it still looks exactly like that.
Right.
So, and it was in New York City, it was a New York Fire Department building at one time.
You can't park that here.
Only $4,800 in 1984 for a car with no shocks or suspension or steering is way
lot
too
of
much.
money. Hey, Annie Potts.
Andy Potts, any messages? No.
No.
Any customers? No, Dr. Venkman. Good job, isn't it?
Type something. We're paying for this stuff.
Don't stare at me. You've got the
bug eyes. Bug eyes.
Janine,
sorry about the bug eyes.
Bug eyes thing. I'll be in my office. Oh, so jealous.
Oh, hey, what was Egon doing under that desk?
I don't know, but I would love to sit at the desk with Egon Spengler. I had such a crush.
Print is dead.
Oh, it's very fascinating to me. Some people think I'm too intellectual, but I think it's a fabulous way to spend spare time. I also play racquetball. Do you have any hobbies?
Janine, who is
essentially
the Harley Quinn voice before Arlene Sorkin.
That's right. She was.
Kind of.
I had such a crush on Egon Spengler when I was a kid.
I can see that.
Like when I was like 10, 12 years old, I had such a crush on him.
Right.
So here we have
So here's Ray working on the Ecto-1.
He's working on the Ecto-1. He's like, wait, was somebody...
And he's smoking while he's working on the car.
That's a thing. I mean...
I know, it's like it's a mechanic thing, yes.
Yeah.
But it's not very safe. Let's just put it that way.
I love it. Jumps over the thing.
Jumps over that.
Yeah. It's like
I have to wonder if there's an outtake where he tripped over the banister.
I'm sure there's like 50 of them. I think it's funny because I'm sure he's first really excited that there's a customer. And when he sees that it's Sigourney
Weaver.
Okay, foreshadowing, everybody. So she's hooked up to this and she thinks she is who she is.
Right.
So that's what they're checking in on this one here.
Yeah.
Well, if I
generally you don't see that kind of behavior in a major appliance. Yep.
I love that scene where she looks right into the camera with a
yes. Right.
Why would I make up a story like that? Well, some people just want attention. Those are nutballs coming off the street. So these are
you know what it could be? Past life experience intruding on present time.
Yeah. I wouldn't rule out clairvoyance or telepathic contact either. Oh, that's okay. I don't either.
Yeah, he takes her side.
Do standard procedures in a case like this
right.
to bring us results. So I would like to shout out to my friend Kurt Kessler right now, who actually wrote a book called Tobin's Spirit Guide. I believe it is out of print, but you might find some.
Excellent.
On Amazon, but yeah. I'll go check out Miss Barrett's apartment.
Miss Barrett's and check her out.
Okay.
I mean, I'll go check out Miss Barrett's apartment, okay? It's like, oh, idiot. Dumb.
This apartment, by the way, is a matte painting.
Yes, it is. Well, the top part is, yes.
Does not exist.
The actual apartment building is there.
Right, but that top part is...
Yeah, that whole top part. Yeah, that gets destroyed anyway.
Charles, would you like to know a little bit of trivia about pianos?
Sure.
This is ridiculous trivia about pianos. And I do this all the time.
Tinkle, 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 tinkle.
Even with my own piano.
They hate this.
That's right, boys. It's
Dr. Venkman.
You should in fact store a piano on an inside wall.
Because?
It doesn't, because of the wood and the strings doesn't react to the temperature change of being on an outside wall.
Makes sense because of the sunlight.
Right. Not even sunlight. Just when it's
the heat.
Heat. It gets hot. It gets cold. It gets hot. It gets cold. It gets hot. It gets cold. But an inside wall, the piano stays at a more standard temperature. So.
Important safety tip. Thanks, Egon.
What a crime.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you guys something right now. Apricot brandy is delicious. I'm not surprised that Quint.
You don't act like a scientist. You're more like a game show host.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Quite a burn. That's the kitchen, huh?
But fair.
Yeah, but fair. Dana, are these the eggs? Yeah, she just left. Amazing. Yes. It's over there.
And by the way, establishing shot of Stay Puft Marshmallows, by the way.
Exactly. Another foreshadow.
Foreshadowing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dr. Venkman, you come all this way. Wouldn't you like to check the refrigerator? Let me check the fridge.
Good call.
Definitely have the tense moment. To see if we can exhibit the whole world.
Oh my God.
Look at all the junk.
The junk food. You actually eat this stuff?
You know how bad I want a salami sandwich right now?
I would go for a bologna sandwich.
It's delicious.
Classic Coke cans. I miss you.
Well, are you sure you're using that thing correctly? I think so, but
Well, I think so.
no animals in there. Oh wow, wishbone salad dressing, pre-mixed. Oh good, that makes me feel so much better. This is one of those movies that I'm quoting,
Yep.
realizing that I quote it all the fucking time.
Yeah, well, that's why we did it.
The part.
That's why we're doing. That's why we're discussing this.
Yeah.
There's nothing else in my life. I met you, and I think there's somebody with the same problem I
Yes,
have.
we both have the same problem. You. Okay, I'm gonna go for broke.
Yep.
I am madly in love with you. I don't believe.
I don't
Will
believe
you
this. Please leave.
And she's been mad every life. Thought
Thought it was a creep.
I was a geek, and she probably wasn't the first. You are so odd. Yeah. See, this is the one problem with this movie.
Yeah.
You know, when a woman says, "Get out of my apartment," just fucking go, gentlemen.
Right. No means no, guys.
Yeah, I'll solve your little problem. Okay. And then you'll say, Pete Venkman's a guy who
There's a guy who can get things done.
I wonder what makes him tick. I wonder if he'd be interested in knowing what makes me tick. I'll bet you're going to be thinking about me after I'm gone. I bet I am. No kiss.
So essentially, he's coming off pretty crazy here.
Yeah, throw him the fuck out of your apartment, please.
Right, right.
Then, of course,
Yeah.
Lewis, who is in love with her also, is like, oh, hey, Dana.
And gets immediately locked out of his apartment.
This is one of, to our first and only customer.
Only customer.
This is one of the lines that I quote the most in this movie, coming up right here.
Okay.
Take her. This magnificent feast
This
here.
feast represents the last of the petty
Pet
cash.
Slow down. Chew your food. And now I'm thinking to myself,
Hello, Ghostbusters.
yes, of course.
Of course, they're serious.
You do? You have? Oh, no kidding. Well, just give me the address. Oh, no, they'll be totally discreet. Oh, Annie Potts is so great.
Thank you.
We got
one!
tell you a little story.
The boys are back in town.
Oh my God, why don't I know the lyrics to the song anymore? Ghostbusters.
The Ghostbusters are cleaning up the town.
Yeah. I used to know the words. I need to listen to this stuff. I need to listen to the soundtrack instead of just displaying it on a shelf for when I talk to Charles.
Yeah. I need that soundtrack.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Sedgwick Hotel, which does not exist, by the way.
Which does not exist. Yeah.
There's our logo.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, anybody seen a ghost?
What? So here we have.
Essentially,
Michael.
they're essentially like ghost exterminators.
They're ghost exterminators. Yeah. This is Michael Ensign is this guy's name, and he's been in like pretty much everything you've ever seen ever.
Yeah.
He's quite the
prolific character actor.
He's quite the prolific character actor. Yeah.
We handle this kind of thing all the time.
Specifically,
of course,
probably
this guy. I love this guy.
I love this guy. Yeah. What are you supposed to be? Some kind of
Some kind of cosmonaut?
cosmonaut, for anybody who does not know, is a Russian.
Somebody saw a cockroach up on 12.
Gotta be some
That's got to be some cockroach. Bite your head off, man.
head off, man. Going up. I'll take the
next one.
Yeah, cosmonaut, for those of you who don't know, is a Russian astronaut. Is a Russian spaceman. So
yeah, it was coined when Russia was the Soviet Union back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So,
if you're looking at Michael Ensign, you're thinking, boy, I must have seen him in something.
Each one of us is wearing an unlicensed nuclear accelerator on his back.
Yeah, well, let's get ready. Switch me on. And then they all just...
I love Egon here.
Yeah, I don't want to stand that close to you.
Scooch, scooch, scooch.
Michael Ensign, the hotel guy in this, he played Benjamin Guggenheim in Titanic.
Oh.
So.
Well spotted.
Mm-hmm. Which is one of his more visible roles. Not a ghost, by the way. That is just
this poor maid.
Part of the thing.
Whoa! Whoa!
What the hell are you
doing?
We're sorry. I'm sorry. We thought you were someone else. I like how she's using like Windex to put out the fire.
Right. Yeah, that's a great gag. Right.
We should split up. Good idea. We can do more damage.
We can do more damage that way.
Mm-hmm.
I use that line a lot.
So, yeah, this was one of the better toys that they had for Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Right, the PKE meter.
The PKE meter, yeah. It was, it pretty much looked exactly like this, and it had a little...
Now, this was apparently, the bit where the cigarette dangles from his mouth.
Uh-huh.
They didn't glue that on.
It just happened?
It just happened. It was one of those and they left it in. As I understand the story.
I don't know why he's smoking in the first place.
Well, it's the 80s.
Personally, I think it looks like Slimer is eating a bunch of, like, crushed up Doritos in this scene.
Maybe.
This food just looks like crushed up Doritos, but I'll bet it's supposed to be salad.
Right. So apparently Slimer's a cat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Slimer.
So here we have an establishing shot that he went through a wall.
I love this guy.
And the table didn't. Yeah. The poke. Doink.
Get out of my way.
Violating my personal space here, buddy. Ray.
Come in,
Ray. He's right here, Ray.
He's looking at me. He's an ugly little spud, isn't he? I think he can hear you.
He can hear you, Ray. Ah! I would move, but
he slimed me.
I'm sure you weren't watching porn.
Ew, Charles. I feel so funky.
Feels so funky.
He got slimed. That's great, Ray. Save some for me. Get down here right away. It just went into a ballroom. The East Side Theater Guild Midnight Buffet. That's a that's a thing, by the way.
We'll take care of everything.
I don't know if you've ever been to New York or London in their theater district, but restaurants...
Midnight theater, yeah.
The restaurants stay open late, and they have a pre-fee menu of...
Yep.
Here's what you
what
get.
The goggles are for.
Yeah, here's what the goggles are for. There he is, on the ceiling. That's the one that got me. But, yeah, they usually have a pre-fee menu that's like, hey, this is what you get if you're going to the theater. It's quick, it's fast, you have food, done.
So you can get in and get out.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Throw it. Say goodbye to that chandelier.
And I love how he just stands there, like, in front of the door, like, thinking, like, shut up. I did that. That's my fault.
That was okay.
Me. The table broke the fall. Okay, here we have our very special Ghostbusters rule. Don't
Yes.
cross the streams.
Don't cross the streams.
Why?
More foreshadowing, by the way.
I'm fuzzy on the whole good, bad
Well, good,
thing.
bad
What do you
thing.
mean
What do you
bad?
mean bad?
Imagine all life as you know
And
it,
all life,
stopping
as you know, stopping
instantaneously,
instantaneously,
and every
and
molecule
in your body
exploding at the speed of light. Okay, right,
Totally
that's bad.
reversal.
Important safety tip. Thanks, Egon.
Thanks, Egon.
That's another thing I say
That-
all the time is important
I
safety
say
tip.
that
Thanks,
too.
Yeah, that's a very
That's
useful quote.
It is a very useful quote. Yes.
I love how the wine goes right through Slimer.
Right. Right.
Here is my. I have but 2 complaints about Ghostbusters.
Okay. What are your complaints?
My complaints are when it comes to
Whoa! Hold it,
shooting
Tex.
Tex.
Nice shooting Tex. That's right.
But when it comes to movies
Give me
about,
some room.
I need some room to put the trap down. Give me some room.
You excuse me, please.
Yeah. When it comes to hauntings,
Right.
wait.
Wait. I've always wanted to try this.
And the flowers are
still standing.
That's probably an ad lib.
Yep.
When it comes to movies about hauntings, so now we're seeing how the Ghostbusters technology works.
Venkman, shorten your stream.
I don't want my face burned off.
Burned off.
Maybe now you'll never slime a guy with a positron collider, huh?
I want my face burned off.
My favorite thing about movies about hauntings is
don't look directly in the trap.
I looked at the trap.
Ray. I looked at the trap, Ray.
So here's how they catch ghosts.
Yes.
Is they contain them with their proton packs, and then they use this trap to.
Yeah, once they get them above the trap, they maneuver them.
Yeah, they can maneuver them.
Yeah,
so
I used to do this with a Commodore 64 video game back in the day.
Exactly. Yeah. This was also another cool toy. The ghost trap was a neat toy.
Yeah. Right.
That wasn't such a chore now, was it?
Hey.
Here we go.
So they opened the door to find out what's going on inside.
We saw.
We kicked its ass. You see it? What was it? We got it.
So anyway, stories about ghosts, I like when they have backstory as to why something is haunted.
Real nasty one too.
And this movie has none of that. You have absolutely nothing about why ghosts are haunting a place other than the fact that Gozer is coming back and starting some shit.
Yes.
Also, what the fuck is Slimer? Like, what is
he's not human. He's not humanoid.
He's not humanoid. What the fuck is he? That's the. I mean, as much as I love Slimer, doesn't make any sense. Yeah, this is an expensive thing that they're doing here.
Yes. Yeah. So essentially, they're charging a lot of money here for this, and with no real proof of this, because the ghosts are in the trap.
Mm-hmm.
So.
$5,000. I had no idea it'd be so much. I won't pay it. Oh, that's okay. We can just put it right back in there.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here we have like real New York newscasters.
Yeah, real New York
doing cameos here.
Yep.
So USA Today, of course.
USA Today, which had been a newspaper for maybe a year, I think.
Yes.
By the time this movie came out, it hadn't been around that long.
Nope. The New York Post.
This is so fucking racist.
Yeah.
That the guy from Chinatown is paying them in ducks.
Ducks, yeah. Hi, this is Larry King.
Look at how young Larry King looks here.
Right. He doesn't look nearly as decomposed, as he did.
This is Larry King.
Time magazine.
Yeah, it's Larry, and here we have Rockefeller Center.
Mm-hmm.
Omni, which was a technology magazine back in the day.
Yep.
The Atlantic, which was,
Yeah, the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Right.
And here we have the late
great Casey Kasem.
Casey Kasem.
The Ghostbusters at it again, tearing up the clubs. The Rose. The Boys and Grace selected out.
Who witnessed this is Casey Kasem now. On with the countdown.
No, this is Casey Kasem.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No job is too
No
big.
job is too big.
Fee
No
is
fee
too
is
big.
too big.
Yeah. It's just
So it makes sense
doesn't
to have
arms and
Venkman
legs.
as the promoter, right?
Here is the Joe Franklin show. Here's Joe Franklin.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And she, by the
Which always
way,
put me to sleep, by the way, on WGN.
yeah, seriously. Dana in that scene is restringing her cello. So.
Do you notice the headline above that? Princess Di expecting again? That must have been Harry.
That must have been Harry, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this right here, this is a former Playboy playmate, Kimberly Herron.
Interesting.
Yep. As the dream ghost. Part of me originally used to think this was Donna Dixon.
You would think it would make sense.
Doesn't it look like Donna Dixon?
It should have been.
She?
I don't know why it wasn't Donna Dixon.
But yeah, I used to think it was her. But
yeah.
It's not. And here's Ernie Hudson, everybody.
Ernie Hudson. This is one of my all-time favorite quotes from this
Colonel
movie.
Davis. Yep. She runs through the whole litany.
Loch Ness Monster and the Theory of Atlantis.
The Theory of Atlantis.
If there's a steady paycheck
in it,
I'll believe anything
I'll believe
you
anything you say.
Yeah. I gotta get some sleep. I'm dying.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't look so good. I don't? Well, you look better. You didn't used to look like this.
Yep. So originally, Dan Aykroyd was thinking John Belushi and Eddie Murphy would be part of this movie.
Right. The Bill Murray
character. When he originally came up with it.
The Bill Murray character was supposed to be John Belushi, who, of course, passed away.
Right. So they had to rethink it, obviously.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Welcome aboard.
Yeah. And then apparently Aykroyd wanted to do this as like a time travel thing. They would the Ghostbusters would travel through time and space.
No, this is so much better.
Yeah, and they decided, well, that's going to cost us way too much money.
Too much money, yeah.
Because they were thinking like it would be like a $200 million movie to make. So they scaled it back. They said, I think it was Reitman got Aykroyd paired up with Harold Ramis. That's when they brought him in.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then Reitman decided, well, hey, he needs to be a Ghostbuster too.
Exactly. He totally does. I got hundreds of people waiting to abuse
people dying to abuse me. I use that a lot too.
Yeah. This is Lincoln Center, everybody, which is one of my favorite places to be in New York City. The Stiff.
Who's the Stiff?
Finest musicians in the world. Do you have information for me, please? Why don't you give...
Well, sure. I prefer to give it to you in private.
By the Hittites. Mesopotamians and Sumerians. Well, what's he doing in my icebox?
I'm working on that. If we could get together Thursday night, I'm thinking 9-ish.
Little shout out to my friend Matt Cooper and his podcast, The House of Gozer.
Excellent name, by the way. He enjoys taking his weekends off with his clients.
Yeah.
So here she's starting
special exception in your case because
this is where she's starting to fall for his charm a little bit.
I respect you as an artist, but also a dresser. This is a lovely coordination you have going on today. I will say that for 80s clothes, she is the best one. Like she's.
Yeah. She knows how to dress.
I wanted to dress like her when I was a kid. I thought she had great 80s clothes.
Bye. Well, I'll see you Thursday. I'm sorry to get to meet you, sir, but I'm glad you're feeling much better.
You're still very pale,
though. Little sun.
Yeah. Are you ahead of yourself or am I behind you?
I might be a little ahead.
Yeah. And then here we have him doing a little spin like the roller skater. Also.
Here we go.
Mm-hmm. He's restore the vapors and entities and slimers that we trap. So this is I still think this looks like a very small containment system for all the stuff they're doing. And I feel bad for these ghosts. That this is where they have to live now.
Right.
You
this
know,
is their prison, essentially.
I know, it sucks. I feel bad for them.
All they did was just want to, eat at a hotel.
All they wanted to do was eat crushed up Doritos and drink wine.
Right.
else you want? I don't know. All I do know is that I've been working 2 weeks without a break, and you promised me you'd hire more help.
Right.
This is such an asshole move here, right here. Some of your qualifications would have no trouble finding a top flight job in either the food service or housekeeping industries.
I'd quit better jobs than this.
Ghostbusters, what do you want?
What do you want?
Anyway, that's a shitty thing to say because
It is. It is.
Go to a hotel that hasn't been cleaned, or go to a restaurant that doesn't have a serving crew or a kitchen crew, or try to have a wedding or any sort of event that doesn't have food service crew. It sucks. Right. Every job out there that earns a paycheck is respectable, and you shouldn't be fucking around with that.
Walter Peck.
William Atherton, ladies and gentlemen, the perennial asshole of the 1980s.
Yep.
He made
yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
What do you do with these ghosts? May I see the storage facility? No. I love Annie Potts leaning over the filing cabinet looking at him.
Right. Pierre, yes.
Because you didn't say the magic word.
Magic word. And what is the magic word?
Please. Yeah, Charles, is this what started William Atherton's rise to asshole royalty?
Well, let's see. I'm not sure.
This was the first time he came.
Die Hard is 88. And Real Genius is 1986. So maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Because that is the William Atherton trifecta of assholery.
It is. That's the holy trilogy.
Holy Trinity.
You get a court order, and I'll sue your ass for wrongful prosecution.
You can have it your way, Mr. Venkman. Calling him Mister, which anybody with a PhD knows.
Here we are.
That is a real kick in the teeth.
Coming up on one my favorite scenes in this movie. Well, let's say this Twinkie represents the normal amount of psychokinetic energy in the New York area. According to this morning sample, it would be a Twinkie being 35 feet long, weighing almost 600 pounds. That's a big Twinkie. Then he eats the Twinkie.
So now we're trying to figure out what the hell is causing all of this problem, all of this psychokinetic problem in New York City. Where are all of these?
Right. Tell him about the Twinkie. What about the Twinkie?
Yeah. See? Now somebody's getting fat. So. I don't know if I'd want to live in an apartment building that had this shit on the top of it.
Right. Yeah, it's not exactly, I don't know, warm and inviting.
Welcoming? Yeah. It's not exactly welcoming. Oh, hell.
Oh. Uh-oh. It just got real, yo. Poink. Poink. Glowing red eye. Zan had a Cheez-It craving.
Hey, she's eating eat, okay? She's eating peanuts or something.
Cheese at the cops.
You're missing a classic party. Well, I would, but I have a date coming over. You made a date?
Oh, that's okay.
Tonight? I feel so bad for Lewis.
And he's locked out again. I'm sorry, Lewis, I forgot.
Oh, it's okay. You can bring him along.
Bring him along.
Maybe we'll try to stop.
Okay. That's great. I'll tell everybody. We're going to play Twister. We're going to do some break dancing. Because remember, this is the 80s, right?
Let me in!
Now, here's where she probably could have used being Ellen Ripley.
Seriously.
Right?
Yep.
But she's Dana Barrett, so not so much.
I guess when it comes to Sigourney Weaver, the more ass she can kick is in relation to how much clothing she has on. She hasn't.
Right.
She's wearing too many clothes. That's the problem.
Yes. Just kind of like the same problem she had in Alien,
Hmm.
where she had to strip down into her underwear.
She can kick the shit out of an alien if she's just in her underwear and a spacesuit.
Yep. Yes, no one you know. Well, he's a Ghostbuster.
Those guys on TV.
Those guys on TV.
Okay, bye, Mom. Bye.
Right.
I like how her mother's calling her on obviously 7 p.m. on Saturday. Yeah,
And
but
of course, when you're Sigourney Weaver, you can look good with your hair up and just like lounging around in sweats or whatever.
Sigourney Weaver just has those gorgeous eyeballs.
Ooh, we do a little frighteners here.
Yeah, a little bit of frighteners. Oh shit, this is terrifying. Right here.
This is pretty creepy effect right here.
Yeah, this is.
He grabs her boob.
Yeah,
A little handsy there, aren't we?
a little bit handsy. Yeah,
Yep. Ah!
and
They drag the chair across the room.
that is terrifying because
Yep.
we know that both Zools have escaped from their
Right.
from their masonry prisons.
Right. Maybe they're called like
Give me 600. All I got is this acetylsalicylic acid
so,
generic. 600 tablets of that for the same price as 300 of the name brand. That makes good financial sense. Good advice. This is real smoked salmon from Nova Scotia, Canada. $24.95 a pound. It only cost me $14.12 after tax, though. I'm giving this as a promotional expense. That's why I invited clients instead of friends. Having a good time, Mark?
so essentially, you're not friends. You're just clients.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is
Gene Kasem.
Kasem, who was married
Yep.
to Casey Kasem.
Right.
It was a very, very contentious thing with his family and her when he passed away.
Yeah, because essentially she went a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
A little bit, yeah. Casey Kasem, by the way.
Tendernette Fleming.
Ted has a small carpet cleaning business in receivership, and that's drawing a salary from a deferred bonus from 2 years ago. They got $15,000 left on the house at 8%, so they're okay. That's actually really good for the 80s, the 8%.
Does anybody want to play Parcheesi?
Okay, who brought the dog?
Who brought the dog?
That's not a great effect, but it's pretty good.
That's not a great effect, but yeah. And somehow, like, Gene Kasem just, like, fell out of the door, or out the window.
I love this old lady, too, by the way.
Yes. Yeah. That's a great, she's great, right? Pops out. Ah! Runs back in.
Yeah. There's a bear loose in my apartment.
Bear loose in my apartment. Help, help.
Yeah, this is, you will find this out later, but they live on Central Park West. That's where this.
Right. Yeah.
And so he's just jumped into the park.
55 Central Park West.
Gonna bring this out. Supposed to be any
Bits of the building.
All right, and this.
Then here we have disaffected New Yorkers for 1,000, Alex.
Yeah, this is the famous Rainbow Room in New York.
Right.
Let
me in.
There's gotta be a way in here.
Let me in.
Maybe you could just go to the other
trips over the chair. Right. Just follow it all the way around. You'll find the door.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So a little bit of trivia about Casey Kasem.
Right.
He has a niece who.
Nice doggy. Cute little pooch. Maybe I got a milk bone. Disaffected New Yorkers.
So anyway, back to what I was saying. Yeah.
Yes.
Casey Kasem has a niece.
Yes.
Who is a Pez collector.
Really?
Yeah, she's one of my Facebook friends. She's Casey Kasem's niece.
So you're tight with Casey Kasem's niece?
Well, I'm not tight with Casey Kasem's niece, but I know her.
You know of her. How's
yes.
That?
Yeah, we're both Pez collectors. We're both in Pez collecting groups, and we are friends because we are Pez collectors together.
Okay, that's fair. So you're fellow Pezzies.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
Venkman's just like, oh, that's
like, huh, something's wrong here. Just going to say it. I said it before and I'll say it again. I love this dress.
Smoking. That's a different look for you, isn't it?
No. I had a blouse that was like kind of orange and had sleeves like that, and I literally bought it because it reminded me of this movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he tries to look through the keyhole.
Are you the keymaster?
The keymaster?
Yes.
Yes. Well, actually, he's a friend of mine.
I'm a friend of his. He told me to meet him here.
Yeah.
Named Zool. What are we doing today, Zool?
I am the gatekeeper.
Gross. I feel kind of bad for Dana having to find a new apartment after this because I really like this apartment.
Yeah. Right. Well, but I'm sure she did too.
I like her other apartment too.
Yep. Gozer the Destructor.
Apartment she has when she lives with Oscar, her son in Ghostbusters 2. Are we still going out?
We're still going out. You know, you could pick up the place if you're expecting someone.
Do you want this body? Was this a trick question?
Is this a trick question? Yeah.
Guess the roses worked, huh? Sub-creature. We're talking here.
Say more.
I make it a rule never to get involved with possessed people.
Nimble little minx, isn't she?
Actually, it's more of a guideline than a rule.
Right. Well.
Go ahead. No, I can't. It sounds like there's already two people in there.
Might be a little crazy. Already.
So, good for him for taking advantage of her.
Advantage of this.
While she is possessed.
Just relax.
Zool, but relax. Put your hands on your chest. What I'd really like to do is talk to Dana. I want to talk to Dana. Dana, can you hear me? It's Peter. Oh, Zool, nut now.
There is no Dana, only Zool.
Yeah, I want to talk to Dana. I like how Zool knows to do really sexy eye makeup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, she worked hard on this.
You must have a lovely singing voice.
This is a full look she went for.
Mm-hmm. There's some real trouble in his apartment, I think.
A little heavy on the rouge, though.
Nice little effect with her eyeballs there.
Yep.
2.5.
So I think a lot of people don't give Sigourney Weaver credit that she has actually good comedic skills.
Sigourney Weaver can do anything. She's fantastic.
She is fantastic.
Yeah, and this is a...
They just think about her from Alien, and they want to pigeonhole her in that kind of role, but...
But you need to think about her in Galaxy Quest, because she's fabulous.
Exactly. Thank you.
This dress is so great. I love it.
So
it's like
here we are doing like magic tricks from the 80s.
Yeah, it's like metallic green underneath, and then the over the top of it. It's so cool.
Yep. Now I wait for Venkman to like pull out a hula hoop.
Yeah.
Wave it across her.
Please come down.
And here we have Vince Clortho,
the Keymaster. I love this thing he does right here where he sniffs.
Because he's supposed to be a dog, get it?
Yeah.
Apparently he's in heat.
I am Vince. Vince Clortho, Keymaster of Gozer.
Of Gozer.
Vulgus the Droidhard, leader of the Supplia. Are you gatekeeper? Hey, he pulls the wagon, I make the deals. You want to ride?
Glowing eyes. Whoa.
What an asshole. All prisoners will be released. Now, see, this is what's going on, okay?
Right. You'll perish in flames.
You know your kind. What an asshole. This is what's going on. So because Gozer is coming back, the prisoners are the ghosts that are in the containment facility.
Yes.
So that's...
they're trying, they want them freed.
Mm-hmm. Right, that's what's going on.
Picking up or dropping off?
Dropping off. We picked up this guy. We don't know what to do with him. Belgium doesn't want him, and I'm afraid to put him in lockup. And I know you guys are into this stuff, so I figured we'd check it out. Bellevue, by the way, is a famous mental institution in New York City.
Mm-hmm. Yes. You the gatekeeper?
I think you better bring him inside. You are so kind to take care of that man. You know, you're a real humanitarian. Yeah, I don't think he's human.
Yeah. She's rocking that leather skirt, by the way.
Yeah, seriously. And see, here we have his mental image of himself is of Zool.
Yeah.
So.
Yes. Apparently using a makeshift colander on his head.
Keymaster of Gozer. According to this, his name's Louis Tully. Lives in Central Park West. Do I?
You want some coffee? Yes, have some.
Yes, have some.
All right.
He's waiting for a sign. Gozer the Traveler. He will come in one of the pre-chosen forms. During the rectification of the Voldrani, the travel came as a large moving torb. Then, during the third reconciliation, they chose a new form from that of a giant slore. Many shubs and Zools knew what it was to be roasted in the depths of the slore that day, I can tell you. That's so great that he just murders that line. It's so great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Usually,
you kind of wait for a Dave Thomas to come out.
Oh my God, poser!
I'm usually very sick and I have a terrible feeling that something awful is going to happen to you.
I'm afraid you're going to die. I feel like I've done that when I've been really drunk. I've been holding a bowl of popcorn and rubbing pizza on my face. That's probably happened at some point in my life.
It's probably happened on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I have news from the world of Gozer. I'm here with Dana Barrett. Seems the Goz has been putting some moves on my would-be girlfriend.
I think we can get her a guest shot on Wild Kingdom. I just whacked her up with about 300 cc's of Thorazine. She's going to take a little nap now. But she says she's a gatekeeper. Does that make any sense to you? I'm here with the key. I just met the keymaster. He's here with me now.
I like he's drinking hot water from
the coffee thing. Yeah.
Yep. The coffee pot.
I think that would be extraordinarily dangerous. Well, hold on to him, and I'll be there in a little while. Thanks. Thank you. We find Ray. I need him here immediately. Bad news, honey.
Thanks.
I gotta go
to work.
Stay here in bed till I get back. He's such a cad. It's like hard to root for him because he's such an asshole.
Well, he just kissed her gently on the shoulder.
He did, but he's such a cad.
Yeah.
Never met him. Well, I do. I love Jesus' style, you know? Which, you know, Rootcap is made of magnesium tungsten alloy. What are you so involved with there? The blueprints of the ironwork in Dana Barrett's apartment. They're very, very strange. Yeah, this is an interesting...
Hey, Ray, do you remember there's something in the Bible about the last days when the dead would rise from the grave?
I remember Revelation 7:12.
So I guess he does remember.
And I looked as he opened the sixth seal, and behold, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became as black as sackcloth, and the moon became as blood. The seas boiled, and
the skies fell.
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day.
Every ancient religion has its myth about the end of the road. Myth? Ray, has it ever occurred to you that maybe the reason we've been so busy these days is because the dead have been rising from the grave? Let's put on some music.
Let's go to a musical interlude, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
By a very forgettable band.
Well, that's the thing about Ghostbusters, the soundtrack, is that these... Mm-hmm.
It's almost incidental music.
Well, it really wasn't. I mean, aside from Ray Parker Jr., there really weren't anything. There weren't any main songs.
Well, the bus boys, you know, cleaning up the town.
Oh yeah,
that's a biggie.
But name me another Bus Boys song.
There's another one, but I can't remember.
Okay.
I will have to look it up.
This is where we need my friend Tom. He can tell us all of this right off the top.
Okay.
Oh, I just stood up.
I apologize to everybody for not being up on my Bus Boys.
No, it's all right. Getting the soundtrack out to try. Oh, wow.
Excuse me. Just where do you think you're going?
Step aside, you're going to be arrested for... No, I've seen TV. You can't come in here without...
Can't come in here without a warrant or writ or something. Yeah.
Cease and desist, all commerce order. Ban of public utilities for non-licensed waste handlers and a federal entry and inspection order. Egon, I tried to stop them, but he says they have a warrant.
A warrant.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot about this. When they're eating Chinese food, it's a song by the Thompson Twins.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, there's Air Supply and Laura Branigan around this soundtrack too.
Yep.
Forgot about that.
Understand this is a high voltage laser containment system.
Turning off and be like, don't patronize me. I'm not grotesquely stupid. Not like the people you bilk.
And I'm Peter Venkman. There's been a misunderstanding. I want to cooperate
Forget it.
in
You
any
had
way I
a chance
can.
to cooperate, but you thought it'd be more fun to insult me, and now it is my turn, wise ass.
He wants
Shut
to shut
that
down the
thing
production
down,
grid.
and we won't be held responsible for you will be responsible. No, we won't be. Shut it off. I'm warning you. I've never seen anything like this before. I'm not interested in your opinion. Just shut it off. My friend, don't be a jerk. Hey, step aside. If he does that again, you can shoot him. You do your job.
You get pencil neck.
Tell
I'll
me
do
how to
mine.
do mine.
Yeah, these aren't very good subtitles, are they?
This guy no, they're bad. They're really not.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you leave out pencil neck?
This guy reminds me of the, I know it's my ass, but I got a real problem down here. Shut it down. Shut it down now. Like the guy who slips down the grid in Die Hard.
Right.
He reminds me of that guy. Oh,
Shit.
Uh-huh.
So this would be the part where you'd be running now.
This is all you, Pecker.
Yep.
My name is Peck.
This is Peck. Get a little poltergeisty here.
Uh-huh.
With the backlight. Clear the building.
I love Vince. Is just
Nobody's worried about Vince.
Rick Moranis is an underrated gem of a performer.
Right. He gives it his all here.
Yeah, this is it.
Dana Barrett's O-face, apparently.
This is the sign.
Yeah, going out of business.
That's a sign, all right. We're going out of business. This song, by the way, is probably my favorite song on the soundtrack.
I like this song a lot because it fits this scene perfectly.
Yeah, this is a song called Magic by Nick Smiley.
Right.
And I really like this one. My baby told me once. My baby told me twice. My baby told me 3 times. 3 times nice. Yeah, it's great.
Look at
And this explosion is a direct result of it. Your mother!
Your mother! Yeah. It's like finally Egon loses his shit.
Exactly. Look, there's another Stay Puft.
Yep. Please. It's magic.
Magic. Yeah, I love this song. I don't know why, but I love it.
Yeah. But it fits this scene perfectly.
Mm-hmm. And this scene is in the video for Ray Parker Jr.'s Ghostbusters. The scene where you see all of those spirits flying around in Dana's apartment. He's superimposed in that and singing. And like what the fuck is this thing?
Yeah, what is that? I don't know. It's like a demon, perhaps.
I know. It's like, what is it? I mean, this one is really funny.
It's like this is like a zombie.
That looks like a ghost. Okay, that's a poltergeist person from the pool. You know.
Yeah, dead cat.
But what are these non-humanoid things? Like, what are those? Like,
well, I think they're specters. You know, like maybe.
Oh, here's Slimer. Slimer's hungry.
Maybe. Well, apparently, there's 2 types. There's humanoid ghosts, and then there's like these demonic things.
I guess so. I mean, I should probably read more of Dan Aykroyd's writings on the paranormal because Dan Aykroyd is extremely interested in the paranormal, and
his whole family was into this. The whole spiritualism thing. Yeah,
and Dan Aykroyd has written some interesting things. And this scene right here is in the video. Like, they superimpose Ray Parker Jr. in front of the sing in front of it. See, look, now Dana's got to find a new place to live.
Yeah. It's not cool.
I feel bad for her. So
Yep. Now she's homeless.
now she's homeless. Hey, guard! Yeah, I want to make a phone call. Look, I just work with these guys. I wasn't even there.
There's a very important cameo coming up here.
What, in jail or in the streets?
In jail.
Okay.
You have to wait for it.
Yeah.
You have to get through the scene first.
Everybody getting this so
coming.
far? No. Nobody ever made them like this. The architect is either a certified genius or an authentic wacko. Ray, for a moment.
Pretend
that I don't know anything
about
metallurgy, engineering,
or physics.
And just tell me what the hell is going on. You never studied. The whole building is a huge superconductive antenna that was designed and built specifically for the purpose of pulling in and concentrating spiritual turbulence. Your girlfriend lives in the corner penthouse of Spook Central. She's not my girlfriend. I find her interesting because she's a client.
Because she's a client and she sleeps above her covers. 4 feet above her covers. She barks, she drools, she claws.
It's not the girl, Peter, it's the building. Something terrible about to enter our world, and this building is the door. The architect's name was Ivo Shandor. I found it in Tobin's Spirit Guide. He was also a doctor. Performed a lot of unnecessary surgery. Abortions. Let me guess.
Ghosts are worshippers.
No studying.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember what the cameo is you're talking about now. I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that until just right now.
You'll figure it out. You got there.
Yep.
So I love how the other prisoners are crowding in.
They're like, hey, this is at least something more interesting. At the end of the world, and now it looks like it may actually happen. So be good.
For goodness sake.
Whoa. Somebody's gotta get out of here. We've got to find a judge or something. So I like to think of Ivo Shandor as like H.P. Lovecraft.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, big difference.
Sumerian, not Babylonian.
No offense, but I have got to get my own lawyer. Reginald Bell Johnson, everybody!
Yep. So here's my question. Is this Sergeant Al Powell from Die Hard?
That would be so fucking rad if it was.
It should be, right?
Yeah. We got another nice little cameo coming up here soon, too, and I'll make sure I point that out.
New York cops. So, like maybe he transferred to L.A.
Yeah, maybe he shot a kid in New York, and then he had to transfer. Then he transferred to L.A. to get away from it. I don't know.
Right.
Question.
You like that? It's the same guy.
I like that idea. I like that concept.
That's why he bonded so well with McLean.
I am the keymaster.
I am the gatekeeper. Yeah, you are.
I love his outfit. So awesome. Now, here's the thing about this, is that this is supposed
she's
to be...
She's like a head taller.
This is supposed to be a funny scene because she's kissing this nerdy short guy, and it's like, you know what? Fuck you guys.
Well, and she dips him like
She dips him, which is supposed to be like this emasculating thing, but...
Right,
He gets to kiss fucking Sigourney Weaver. I don't think there's anything wrong with any of this right here.
I'm sure he was perfectly cool with that.
He was fine with that, yeah.
Lucky son of a bitch.
Everybody stay back. And this, of course, is a bunch of fans here that are going to be in this next scene coming up here.
Right.
Rod Steiger, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
In the heat of the night. And now he has this little bit part in Ghostbusters. Hey, where's this Peck? And I'm prepared to make a full report. He's been a
consummate snowball artist.
You sense the nerve gases and introduce an illusion. People think they're seeing ghosts. And they call these bozos who conveniently show up to deal with the problem with a fake electronic light show.
Everything was fine until our power grid is shot by Dickless here.
Is this true? Yes, it's true.
This is true. This man has no dick. Break it up. Break it up.
Hey, this City Hall.
So this is the fire chief saying he's seen every form of combustion known to man.
This beats the hell
Out of me. The walls in the 53rd precinct were bleeding.
How do you explain?
I love this. I love that guy's voice. How you doing, Lenny? You're looking good, Mike.
We're gonna real picture. That, by the way, Charles, it's not actually Rod Steiger. It just really looks like Rod Steiger.
I didn't think so.
I would like to just make that clear that I'm just joking around about that, but it really looks like him. David Margolis, who plays
I
the
think
mayor,
it's a sign from God, but don't quote me on that.
who has been in all kinds of stuff. He's I don't know if you've.
So we can kind of see the real world politics that I can believe if this thing actually happened.
The have you ever seen Dress to Kill, Charles?
I think I have a long time ago.
Well,
I barely remember it.
David Margolis plays the psychiatrist at the end that gives you all the explanation. Very similar to
real Wrath of God type stuff.
Very similar to the end of the movie Psycho, because
here it comes.
Brian De Palma thinks he is Hitchcock.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
What if you're wrong? If I'm wrong, we go to jail.
We go to jail. Peacefully, quietly. We enjoy it.
But if I'm right, we can stop this thing.
Stop this thing.
Lenny.
You will have saved the lives of millions of registered voters.
And I love how the mayor is like, yeah, I get what you're doing.
The mayor looks over at the bishop.
I cannot believe you're actually considering listening to these men.
Looks between the two. It's like, really?
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm going to send him a nice basket. I'm going to miss him. William Atherton, by the way, who is not in Ghostbusters 2.
No.
All right, Charles, we got a
but he isn't Die Hard 2.
We got a very cool cameo coming up here pretty soon.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun.
This is who is this?
Hey, come on, let's run some red lights.
Let's run some red lights. This is called Saving the Day. And I'm too drunk to read now. I don't remember who this is by. But yeah, the name of the song is called Saving the Day.
Yep. Saving the day.
Saving the day. When you get to the point where it's driving you insane.
See, now it's daylight at this point.
It's daylight at this point, yeah.
And apparently we have like a company making all these signs for us.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Hasidic Jews, everybody.
Well, welcome to New York.
Yep. Saving the day.
They look like Hasidic diamond merchants or something. So this is mostly, this is some fans, some extras.
Weird. Hello, New York.
Yep.
So this is like the most New York movie ever, by the way.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's very New Yorky.
Even though I think they filmed this part in L.A.
Maybe, I'm not sure. I love this redheaded guy.
Maybe not this part, but they did film part of this movie in L.A.
Please tell me I didn't miss it. I'm looking, and I don't think I missed it.
Okay, got a date with a ghost.
Gotta go.
Whatever happens, let's be professionals.
Yeah, Bill Murray knows how to work a crowd.
He knows how to work a crowd. Yeah, that's why he's the face of the Ghostbusters.
He's the face of the Ghostbusters, yeah.
Egon is the brains, and Ray is the heart.
Ray is the heart, and he is he's the go-getter. He's the one that starts everything.
Yep. And Winston is the common sense.
He's the realist.
He's a realist.
He's the realist common sense.
Right. We might have to put a little overtime in on this one.
And the street starts to tear apart.
So apparently, Isaac Asimov had a problem because they were inconveniencing the building during this filming.
Really?
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd apparently encountered Asimov, who he admired,
Interesting.
but all Asimov would do was complain about the filming at 55 Central Park West.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. Oh, and if you're wondering about the church that's next to this building, that's the Trinity Lutheran Church.
Nice.
Which gets stepped on by the Marshmallow Man.
Nobody steps a church in my town.
Nobody steps on a church in my town.
Am I too drunk to have missed this cameo? I'm really going to be upset with myself if I did.
Which cameo are you talking about?
Let me see if I can. It might still be coming up.
You notice now they're wearing dark gray uniforms.
Yep.
They changed theirs. They were wearing lighter ones. Unless it's just the lighting. Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters.
It's here somewhere, and I am not catching it. Damn it!
Well, let me know who you're looking for, and I'll let you know.
Jeremy. Ron Jeremy's in the crowd.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was outside. I thought he was outside when the storage thing was.
No, it's in here.
When it blows. I thought it was during that.
Yeah, it's in here somewhere. I am wow.
I
think we're in the teens somewhere. When we get to 20, tell me.
I'm going to throw up.
I'm going to throw up. That is probably the most quoted line from me, my friend Juice, of this movie.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw up.
Well, with my breathing issues, I probably would have made it past the second floor.
Well, with your bad knee, Ed, you shouldn't go up any of those stairs.
Excellent Ferris Bueller reference.
Thank you. By the way, Juice, who just had foot surgery, and I hope she's doing
Well, get well, Juice.
Yep. She needs to heal from that.
Hope you're listening.
Yeah, I've had a lot of this apricot brandy. It's really delicious, and I am barely seeing anything.
You finished about half that bottle, haven't you?
Not like half, like maybe a quarter of it.
Maybe 2/5.
These guys at Paramount know what they're doing. Art Deco.
Art Deco, very, very nice. Where is it? At the end of the hall. Of course it is.
Of course it is. It can't just be right there.
Right. Meanwhile, in a studio backlot.
Yeah, exactly.
Superintendent's going to be pissed.
You bring this up at the next tennis meeting.
Matte painting. Still the matte painting. Where do these stairs go? They go up.
They go up. Well, from there they do. If you were in the next floor,
right.
they'd go down, right?
Right.
It's all about perception, Luke.
Okay, we're going to raise up and turn it to dogs, apparently. There's the gate opening.
You've opened the window!
He's like flies to you. Or you're like flies to him. That's it. You're like flies to him.
No, I think it's one of the fettuccinis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dana!
So apparently it was Sigourney Weaver's suggestion that Dana get possessed by Zool.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
That's a good part of the movie.
Which Ivan Reitman was cool with because it solved problems with the last act by giving
she's a dog.
Personal stakes. So would that be considered bestiality?
No, not only if he tries to make a move on her right this second.
Right. Smoke machine.
Yes.
Get that the dry ice.
Mm-hmm. All right. So here we have Yugoslavian model / actress,
Yep.
Slavica Jovan.
Excellent pronunciation.
Thank you. And Slavica was in this movie and Tapeheads and about 8 other things. And
Right.
in film. And like I said, she was a Yugoslavian model, so she was
Right.
But whatever it wants to be.
Yeah. You know who was originally supposed to be Gozer?
Tell me.
Paul Rubens.
See,
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Here's the thing. I love
Pee Wee Herman himself. Yes.
I love Paul Rubens, but it would have been too funny. It would have been scary.
Right. But the original idea was to portray him like a business-suited architect.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of this kind of like Grace Jones, David Bowie.
Designated representative of the city, county, and state of
New York.
I order you to cease all supernatural activity and return to your place of origin, or the nearest convenient parallel dimension. That ought to do it. Thanks very much, Ray.
Ray is such a square.
Are you a god? No. Then die. This is excellent advice that Zeddemore is about to give him here.
Right. This is why Winston is the realist here.
Yeah, exactly. I think I might follow Quint's lead here and order 4 cases of his apricot brandy.
There you go. Ray, when someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
All right, this chick is
toast.
So Charles, I did not see this movie until 1986.
Really?
Yes, because in 1984 I was 8 years old, and people told my mom that it was scary. So we all
heat 'em up, smoking,
make them hard.
Ready,
bitch, how we do.
Bitch, how we do things downtown.
So we were also sort of in the process of like moving and stuff like that, so it just didn't happen. We didn't wind up in the theater for this, and so the first
Nimble little minx, isn't she?
Nimble little minx, isn't she? Hey, stop! Which, by the way, was what her hairstyle was called, was a flat top.
Right. It's kind of like a Sheena Easton type thing. Back in the 80s, Sheena Easton. Wasn't so hard.
Yeah, you really think it was going to be that easy? You know, for a minute there?
I kind of did. You know what that means? A complete, total protonic reversal.
Talent.
It's Miller time.
Oh, I should have had some
Miller beer.
Some fucking High Life. I love High Life. It is the champagne of beers. But I will say that the apricot brandy, I think I might be going blind, so it's getting me drunker a lot faster.
Right. You might want to dial that back a little.
Yeah, what are you, a psychiatrist?
I just play one on TV.
Then I think you should keep your opinions to yourself. Why should he get to dish when everybody else has to go? That guy was doing that walking in the wind shit.
Right. Yeah. Wasn't that the guy
Cheers goes where the Gazerian goes and the Destructor. Volga Sildra, the traveler
has come.
Choose and perish. What do you mean choose? We don't mean
choose. We don't understand.
Choose the
form of the Destructor. Get
it?
Oh, I get it. Very
cute. Whatever we think of. If we think of J. Edgar Hoover will appear and destroy us. So empty your heads. Don't think of anything. We've only got one shot at this. The choice is made.
Ah! Whoa. Nobody chose anything.
Well, nobody chose anything. Did you choose anything? Did you? My mind is totally blank.
No.
I didn't choose anything.
Everybody looks at Ray.
Everybody's looking at Ray. This is like the greatest moment in film history.
Awkward.
This is one of the greatest creatures in film history.
I couldn't help it.
What?
It just popped in there.
Just popped in there. Look!
I tried to think. No, it can't be. What did you do, Ray?
Again, one of my all-time most quoted lines in the history of is, "What did you do, Ray?"
Right.
Oh my God, he's so cute. I can't stand it. It's Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
It was a win.
Oh my God, look at how adorable he is. He's like the Michelin Man, but better.
Right. Because you can snack off him and you get some graham crackers and turn him into a giant s'more.
Look at his sweet little face. He's so cute.
Except when he's stepping on a church.
Well, I mean, right now he's still very cute, where he's just,
He's just happy. This guy's a sailor. We get him laid.
Won't have any trouble. He's in New York. Well, there's something you don't see every day.
See every day. I use that a lot.
Something I love from my childhood. So they could never, ever possibly destroy us. Mr. Stay Puft.
Mr. Stay Puft.
Nice thinking, Ray. We used to roast the Stay Puft marshmallows by the fire at Camp Wakanda. Ray has gone bye-bye, Egon.
Wakanda forever.
What have you got left? Sorry, Venkman, but I'm petrified.
Terrified beyond the capacity for rational thought.
Another one of my all-time most quoted lines from this movie. Okay, now he's mad, and he's going to start going pretty bad here. Yeah. Oh, but even, mother
the
puss
Trinity
bucket.
Mother puss bucket.
Seriously, the last few minutes of this movie have been in my quote arsenal.
Nobody steps on a church in my town.
Roast him!
Roast him.
Oh, look, it hurts him.
He's so unhappy.
Poor little guy. Well, poor big guy.
Okay.
Now
Stay Puft Marshmallow. Here we go, Zan. So Stay Puft Marshmallow Man versus Baby Yoda. Who wins?
Oh, Baby Yoda.
That's what I thought. Okay. I agree.
100-foot Marshmallow Man. We've been going about this all wrong. This Mr. Stay Puft is okay.
Stay Puft's a sailor.
Sailor. He's in New York.
He's in New York. We get this guy laid. We won't have any trouble.
Yeah, now he's King Konging it up the building there. So now we're going to try and cross the streams, which I thought were bad.
We're going to reverse the polarity of the neutron flow.
Are we reversing the polarity, Charles?
We are reversing the polarity.
Wow,
yes.
Check this out. The nice lady who
paid us in advance
before
she became a dog.
We're going to endanger us. We're going to endanger our client.
There's definitely a very slim chance we'll survive.
I love this plan.
I'm excited to be a part of it. Let's do it.
This job is definitely not worth $11,500 a year. See you on the other side, Ray. Nice working with you, Dr. Venkman. Yeah, so this is... Yeah, excuse me.
Cross their streams and...
The streams. Oh, and then they get all tied up and shit.
Yep. Turn them on, Spengler. So they have to add Egon and Winston to the mix. And look behind, you see that Mr. Stay Puft is not too happy.
He's very scared.
He's very unhappy. He's not feeling this.
Yeah, he's very shocked and
Just me.
I hope they the entire building too.
Fire!
That's a lovely blue. It's like fire. This to me was the funniest thing when I was a kid.
Just imagine what David Lynch could do with that explosion.
The idea of all this marshmallow and fuck you, yes. William Atherton.
Bloop. Bloop. Now, obviously, that had to be shaving cream and not marshmallow.
I stepped in a pile of shaving
cream.
Be nice and clean. Shave every day, and you'll
always look keen.
God, there's a
obscure.
Where did that come from in my brain?
Well, for me, it was my childhood because I used to have these. They used to have these old K-Tel albums, like Funky Favorites and Goofy Greats and whatnot. So when I was a little kid, my parents ordered those for me off the TV.
Yep, for real.
And they had like all these like 50s and 60s novelty songs on them, which is where I picked up a lot of this
Oh,
stuff.
I feel like the floor of a taxi cab.
Yep. Now notice Bill Murray is not covered in the shaving
He got
cream.
slimed before. He doesn't have to get marshmallowed, you know?
That was the equalizer here?
That's the equalizer here, yeah.
Okay.
Ugh.
He was in his contract probably that I could only get gooed once in the movie. Oh, Venkman.
Oh,
Venkman, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I just forgot. You have to say sorry when you're quoting with
sorry
because
yeah,
he is from Ontario.
Right. Sorry, eh?
Yeah. Look.
Hopeful music.
Yeah. Elmer Bernstein's Dana's theme is great.
Mm-hmm. Whack. Oh, wait, you just broke her arm.
Yeah. What the hell happened here?
Right.
Did the Zools just be turned into rock and she's inside? Like,
yeah.
I don't understand.
Well, like, their spirits were inside, I guess, and then the Zools just kind of hardened into like a statue.
Lights! Go check out that little guy. I have to say that
that's vertically challenged, thank you very much.
If I woke up encased in, rock and burned up creosote and somebody saved me, I'd probably be a little bit more interested in them.
Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Oh, not so creepy now, huh?
Not so creepy now, am I? Boy, the superintendent's going to be pissed. Oh, yeah, I'm great.
Who does your taxes?
Who does your taxes? We're the Ghostbusters. Who does your taxes? My law degree is mostly tax law. I got it at night school. That's okay, Lewis. We got arrested at night. The biggest interdimensional cross rip since the Skaggs blast of 1909. Sounds great. We'd like to get a sample of your brain tissue. Okay.
And for more about the Tunguska blast,
I love this town!
Please watch the X-Files.
Please watch the X-Files. So here we are again with a bunch of fans.
Yep. And suddenly, somehow, Sigourney Weaver now has marshmallow in her hair, or shaving cream, whatever.
Well, they had to go all the way down their stairs. Who knows what was there?
Right.
So, yep.
Not that great of a kiss. But.
And here's how shitty televisions were back in the 80s.
Right.
My copy of this movie was taped off of pay-per-view.
Okay.
And for years, I thought she was wearing a spare one of their jumpsuits.
Right.
But she's wearing actually just a paisley robe.
Yes.
So, but for years, I thought she was wearing one of their.
So hooray for high def.
I mean, I like the fact that Janine and Lewis get together in the second movie.
Right. But what happened to that crush on Egon?
I know. I would have liked to have seen that. I mean.
Yeah.
Anybody want to interview me? And then, the medical staff comes and gets him. I want to go with them in the car.
Maybe Egon's just asexual.
Let's see what happens when we take away the puppy.
It's very nice that Egon's helping Winston with his pack, his proton pack.
Yeah. No, I don't know what it is that, I think Harold Ramis is incredible.
Nice tip. Tips the doorman.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Harold Ramis was a really hot guy, I think, in my opinion. But then again, I like nerds, so.
Yay.
So yeah, here we have all of our 1980s New York weirdos way out in force for Ghostbusters.
Yep. So basically everybody you'd find in Times Square.
Richard Edlund, he's one of the good ones. Norman Bernstein.
Well, he didn't get that Academy Award, sadly, but
not. But
neither did Ray Parker Jr.
Well,
Weird.
Junior is in love with the other woman.
Excellent.
Oh,
Oh,
I got
you think it's over?
a little town.
Little girl I know.
No, I don't remember.
That's epic. All right, so that's pretty much our movie, everybody.
That's
So
Ghostbusters, everybody.
that's Ghostbusters, everybody. Hope you had a good time. I know I did.
I sure did too.
I'm glad we got to finally share this movie.
Yeah, this is an excellent. This is an excellent
Yeah.
movie. This is definitely. This is a landmark movie in American filmmaking because of, first of all, next to the Blues Brothers,
Right.
this is the best movie that was done by Saturday Night Live people and National Lampoon people, for that matter.
Right. Right.
There've been a few movies, and this is of course not based on characters from
Right.
Saturday Night Live. There's only been a few movies based on characters from Saturday Night Live, and only 2 of them are particularly good movies.
Yes. Yeah, generally they pretty much suck.
The best,
The SNL movies, but
the Blues Brothers is the gold standard. And
right.
of course, after that would be Wayne's World.
Right.
And as much as I love Superstar, it's not a great movie.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, Wayne's World and Ghostbusters, not Wayne's World and Blues Brothers are
Yes.
the major.
But as far as the classic SNL cast,
Yeah.
So you have to do. You got Blues Brothers. You've got Ghostbusters, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Caddyshack.
Caddyshack. Yeah, that's right.
And what else? Oh, what else? Stripes. That's what I'm thinking of.
Stripes. Yeah, that's right. But
those are it. That's the big 4 there.
right, because the the original cast of Elise, that's it is. I can actually see that one.
Yep. Bobby Elise and Dave Emmer.
Hot Night was also playing at Lewis's party as well as
Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn.
Disco Inferno is not on the soundtrack.
Right.
If you want it. Steve Lillywhite.
Yep. In the Name of Love.
Was married to Kirsty MacColl, who is one of my all-time favorite musicians, one of my personal heroes, everything like that. And they had 2 sons together named Jamie and Lewis. And they had to watch their mother be murdered by
no.
Guillermo Gonzalez when he was in a no sailing zone and she was diving, and she died trying to shield her children from his boat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So Kirsty MacColl is freaking rad. I love her. Yeah, Reginald Bell Johnson.
Yep. Tall woman at party, Gene Kasem.
Tall woman at party. Lewis
right.
Going home. There's not a lot of other names I'm recognizing here.
Not that I'm aware of.
But that doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean they're... Look at this bottle.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay? I mean...
I understand. I get it.
Why is it when I get drunk on Drunk Cinema, they make fun of me? What is that?
Because it's adorable.
I guess.
All right. I don't do it out of meanness.
It's only because I'm totally drunk and you're totally nothing.
Hey, 1 drink and I'm flying.
That's going to be our joke forever.
I'm cool with that. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
So what's your rating for this movie?
Oh, this is a 9.5 out of 10.
Just because you don't want to give the full 10?
I give it 10 to one movie, Charles, and we haven't talked about it yet.
Oh.
Yeah, like I said, the reason this doesn't get a full 10 is what the fuck is Slimer?
Okay. Well, Like I said, maybe there's like some kind of hierarchy in the afterlife.
If Slimer is some sort of demonic poltergeist, why is he so nice
Yeah.
to just eat hot dogs?
Maybe he's a spirit of like a little kid.
Spirit. Some people fear it. Spirit. Some people just keep spirit. Spirit. Yeah. They're supposed to be releasing a Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack pretty soon, and it's gotten delayed. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought there was one already.
Or
is this a re-release?
Yeah, re-release of the score in the animation.
Okay.
So.
All right. So my rating, I'm giving this the full 10 because I'm not afraid to commit. So
you ain't afraid of no ghosts.
I ain't afraid of no ghosts. So I'm giving this 10 out of 10.
That's the girl.
Twinkies representing the normal amount of psychokinetic energy in the New York area.
According to this morning's sample. Yeah, okay, my rating is going to be 9.5 eggs that cook right on the counter.
Right. That's good.
Yeah.
It's a pretty effective effect.
Mm-hmm. I love that effect. I think it's great.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
So, we do have some drunk mail.
Drunk mail!
Yeah. So, and I have a very special treat here.
What do you got?
It's the email. What? The email.
Yes. Somebody get this freaking duck away from me!
So, we have some drunk mail, and this time it's actually by Holly Mack writing in. So,
are you coming back? Oh, Holly Mack.
Yep. When are you riding back?
When are you riding back? Holly. Yep. Oh, Holly Mack.
Holly just joined me on Next Stop Everywhere this past week, where we talked Black Orchid from the Peter Davison era.
Nice.
On Doctor Who. But she writes in a little late about Clue. She got in a little late, but that's okay.
I don't care. She can write in when she wants to about Clue.
Exactly.
She's Holly Mack. She can do what she wants.
She can do what she damn well pleases. Thank you very much. All right. So Holly writes in, "Hey, cinema drinkers." Hey, Holly. Sorry, I thought I'd sent this in after I'd written it. Guess not. Better late than never.
Excellent Ghostbusters 2 quote, by the way.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What can I say about this movie? It's one of my favorites, and by now I will know if Charles is enjoying it for the first time. You can't go wrong with Tim Curry, and this movie keeps you guessing and has a rewatchability factor. Everyone else in this cast is fantastic, and the dialogue of some of the scenes is pure gold. Flames on the side of my face springs to mind.
Heaving breaths.
Flaming? Flame. Heaving.
Flames.
Heaving.
On the sides of my face. Breathing. Heaving breaths. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The multiple ways that this movie could have ended was absolutely brilliant, and I'm really glad that DVD and digital releases, they all have them on there. My mom actually watched this with me a few months back when we were flipping around channels, and she actually enjoyed it. Go Mom. Heck, she even set the DVR to record it, and I walked out of the living room a few days later to grab something, and she was watching it.
Aw, that's awesome.
I asked if it was on a different channel, and she said, no, hard drive. That doesn't happen for a lot of movies, so take that as you will. I'll wrap it up here. Holly from Wisconsin. Thank you, Holly.
Thank you very much, Holly. I'm glad you enjoyed Clue, first of all, and I'm glad you enjoyed the episode.
Yep, exactly. So thank you so much for listening. Yep. And she's apparently watching it on the side when you're not there.
That's a win right there.
That's always a good sign, right? And she took the time to program the DVR.
Mm-hmm.
So points there.
Yeah, that's impressive.
That's way more than my parents could do. I'll just tell you that right off the bat.
My parents who did that. Interesting side note, my mom did that recently with Adventures in Babysitting.
Really?
Mm-hmm. My mom my mom is a big fan of Law and Order: Criminal Intent.
Yeah. Okay.
And when I told her that Vincent D'Onofrio was in Adventures in Babysitting, she's like, "Oh, I want to watch that." And she watched it. She's like, "I loved that movie," and it's adorable. Vincent D'Onofrio, by the way, Charles, my all-time favorite on-screen Thor.
Vincent D'Onofrio?
Mm-hmm.
When did he play Thor?
Adventures in Babysitting.
Oh, right.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. Yes. I forgot. Yeah, that was a thing. Okay. You see, every time I see Vincent D'Onofrio, I think of him as the Kingpin on Daredevil.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
In the Netflix TV series, not the movie.
Yeah.
But,
or
you know the good one? Yeah.
The good one. Or
the good one.
He's murdering Arlie.
He was a fantastic Kingpin. Yeah. Or in Men in Black, yeah.
Men in Black is fantastic, but he also murders Arlie. A friend of mine came in here with a pet cat. He murders Arlie Ermy in Full Metal Jacket.
I haven't seen that movie, but okay.
Full Metal Jacket.
I know who Arlie Ermy is. So. Yeah.
So
we talked about Arlie Ermy when we talked about X-Files and Ghostwood.
So. If you've ever heard the phrase "What is your major malfunction, numbnuts?"
Mm-hmm.
That comes from
Arlie Ermy.
Full Metal Jacket. Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
And he gives Vincent D'Onofrio such a hard time that Vincent D'Onofrio winds up killing him in that movie. Spoiler alert from a movie from 1986. There's no such thing as a spoiler alert over 10 years old.
I would say I think the statute of limitations has expired on that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, so if you want to be like Holly, and you do,
you totally do.
Most definitely, yeah. Holly's the greatest. She's such a sweetie. So write to us at drunkcinemapodcast@gmail.com. That's drunkcinemapodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
I gotta do this again because I love it so much.
Hey, the email. What, the email?
Or you can find us on Twitter at drunkcinemacast on Twitter, or at drunkcinema on Facebook. And then when you're not downing 2/5 of a bottle of brandy, where can they find you and hear all the wonderful things that you do?
I don't know, Charles. When am I not downing 2/5 of a bottle?
Well, I didn't want to say. I was, I was just trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, okay? So...
the way I just laughed there, can
yes.
Smokey and the Bandit to our list of movies?
Yeah. That was a little Sally Field there, wasn't it?
No, it was my...
Oh, the Burt Reynolds laugh.
Yeah. You can hear me discussing the best of the best when it comes to cinema.
Right.
On Gold Standard, the Oscars podcast that I do with DJ Nick and Rachel Friend. We just celebrated our year anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. And where we discuss the Best Picture winners. Our most recent episode was 1953, which was From Here to Eternity.
So it only took you a year to get to the 50s.
Mm-hmm. Only took us a year to get to the 50s. So when we start talking about the 70s, it's probably going to be about another year when we'll finally get to talk to you, Charles.
I know, right? Unless I,
interestingly enough,
somehow work my way on before then, but.
Mm-hmm. And you should.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, From Here to Eternity is the movie that inspired the Johnny Fontaine story about trying to get a movie with the Mr. Waltz in Godfather.
Oh.
Which I know is the episode that you're going to come and join us on.
Yeah, at least I want to. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
So that was a fun discussion. And then you and me, Charles, we talk about all things David Lynch, tangentially related David Lynch and Twin Peaks on Ghostwood, the Twin Peaks podcast.
Yes, we do. And so we're hopefully going to be doing our 99th episode this coming week.
It's going to be Agent 99 for us, yeah. And then, of course, you can find me on
99.
Twitter and Instagram as Udinax19 and Facebook as Dan Sprouse. And
right.
I don't post enough on Twitter and Instagram, but I should start.
Well, we definitely appreciate it if you did, but
I gotta.
it's not like it's mandatory or anything.
It's just Facebook is often my default because that's where
Right.
invites to events come.
So that's where that's your general hangout. Yes.
Checking that for pinball news and concert
Yeah.
news and stuff like that. So
Yeah, you get a lot of other info.
but it's also a fucking cesspool of horrible people. So
yeah, unfortunately, but
it's difficult. Which is why I'm happy that Apricot Brandy exists.
Yeah, and that's why we are glad that we have our listeners, because they are not those people.
They're not those people. Nope.
They're not those people. All right. As for me, of course, at Charles Skaggs on the Twitter machine, at Charles Skaggs on Instagram, or you can find me on Facebook at Charles Skaggs in Hilliard, Ohio, and my blog of the geeky things.
Damn good coffee. And hot.
Damn good coffee and hot, where I talk about all the stuff we talk about here in Drunk Cinema. So things like Ghostbusters, Raiders of the Lost Ark, or Star Trek, or all kinds of comic book sci-fi news. News from other podcasts for the Southgate Media Group, including, that aforementioned Ghost with the Twin Peaks podcast that I do with the delightful Zan Sprouse, where we talk all things Twin Peaks, David Lynch, and going to be wrapping up our 3-part series on Hotel Room.
Heck yeah,
the 1993 David Lynch series that was on HBO.
Episode.
Yep, because we're going to be discussing Blackout, which features Crispin Glover. So one of Zan's crushes, you guys. And
Alicia Witt.
Yeah, Alicia Witt.
Let me tell you something about Crispin Glover. Yeah. If the 80s taught me anything,
right,
it's that there's nothing sexier than a nerd in a white tuxedo jacket.
So that kind of reminds me, I have a question for you.
What's that?
Did you watch American Gods?
I did watch American Gods.
Because Crispin Glover was all over that.
I did watch American Gods, yeah.
He was really good in that.
He's fantastic in that, yeah.
Yeah, as Mr. World.
Yeah, as Mr. World. So did I tell you my American Gods South Africa story?
No, I don't believe you have.
Well, a lot of the cast of American Gods, what's the main actor from American Gods? I can't think of anybody's name right now.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. But
yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
I can't think of it.
I'll look it up.
But it's like him.
I can't remember right now. My memory sucks anyway.
And the woman that eats people with her vagina. I can't think of her name either.
Yeah.
But they were at.
The actress doesn't, but the character.
The character does. Yeah, the character.
Yes. Let's just preface that.
Ricky Whittle.
Yeah, Ricky Whittle. There you go. Thank you.
They were at the same convention in South Africa as Chris and I were.
Right.
And Chris and I and some other artists were on safari at the Pilanesberg National Park, driving through the national park, looking at, lions and.
By the way, the actress who plays Bilquis is Yetide Bakdaki.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they were also on at the same time at Pilanesberg National Park doing a safari tour.
Okay.
And their car had a flat tire.
I think you did tell me the story, but go ahead.
Yeah. So they were across. So our car stopped to help them, and we're all like, "Oh, hey, you guys! We're all here for the convention." And so, the interesting thing about that is when there's a problem like that, they don't let you out of the car. Like, you can't go help anybody because if animals come, they want you in the car. So I got to be across the dirt road from Ricky Whittle in a broken down Jeep on safari in South Africa.
Well, gosh, isn't that rough?
That's so I have this really adorable picture. I'm like, hey, I'm going to take a picture of you guys broken down. And Ricky Whittle's all posing for the camera because he's he's quite the ham. He's very fun.
Was he cool at least? Sounds like
he's fun to he's fun to be around. But I have this cute little picture of Ricky Whittle hey.
Yeah. mugging for the
camera. Yeah. So but that and Beowulf, when he was in Beowulf.
Okay.
Crispin Glover, awesome.
Yeah, right.
But think about it, 1980s. Who is in a white tuxedo jacket? Fucking Crispin Glover and fucking Christopher Reeve, okay?
Right.
That's the sexiest fucking thing you could possibly think of.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that. All right. So as for me, of course, my other podcasts, Next Stop Everywhere, the
Mayonnaise.
Doctor Who
Why would that
podcast.
be the problem? Dennis loved mayonnaise. Sorry.
Okay.
Now I'm thinking about Ghostbusters, and now I'm thinking about Superman 3.
That's all right.
There must be a gallon of potato salad left over. You know what the real problem is? I don't know, too much mayonnaise. Mayonnaise? Why would that be the problem? Dennis loved mayonnaise.
Excellent.
Sorry.
Excellent. I don't know anybody else that quotes Superman 3.
Once again, a reminder, Charles.
Right. I know. Oh, I'm keeping that in mind, definitely.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All right. So we'll try this again.
Charles
Next Stop
is trying
Everywhere.
to plug himself, and I am totally plug blocking him.
You are. You're sabotaging me. It's sabotage. Sabotage.
I can't stand it. I know you're playing it. I'm gonna set it straight in this Watergate.
You say sabotage. I say sabotage.
It's the most obscure thing we've ever quoted ever.
Thank you. But you got my reference, right?
Got it, yes. You want to know who another one of my all-time crushes is?
Yeah.
Maurice fucking LaMarche.
From Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
I love that voice. And who does Captain Kirk on Futurama, which is why we say sabotage.
Yeah. He also does the Brain on Pinky and the Brain.
Yes.
Trying to take over the world.
And he does Orson Welles on The Critic.
Right.
Yes.
Well, that's it. Well, the Brain is essentially Orson Welles, right?
Yeah. Rosebud frozen peas full of country goodness and green penis. Oh, penis jokes are funny when you're drunk. Anyway, right. Go ahead, Charles. It's a small story.
All right. Next up, everywhere, the Doctor Who podcast, where
600,000.
600,000.
I'm just trying to be Master Shake and sabotage you now.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
All right. Where I talk some Doctor Who and stuff, and with other people, and we talk things, and that's it. Okay.
No, it's a really good podcast. I mean, the love of Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Is very evident in that podcast.
Yeah. And we just recently passed our 100,000 downloads.
What? Check that shit out. That's awesome.
Right? Yeah, so that was cool, right? We passed that milestone. Only took us 7 years, but we got there.
Well, you did it.
Yeah, it's our tiny little Doctor Who podcast did that. Mm-hmm. So very appreciative of that, and appreciative of everybody who listens. And like I said, Holly Mack was just on. We talked Black Orchid. And then coming up in 2 weeks, Christine Peruski is going to be joining us, or joining me, rather, as we're going to do one of our commentary episodes from the Peter Capaldi era.
Okay.
As we're going to watch, and this is by her request, The Eaters of Light.
Nice.
And the reason she chose this episode is because she's a big fan of Nardole on Doctor Who, who was played by Matt Lucas.
Oh, okay.
So that's a big Nardole-heavy episode. So that's what we're watching.
Christine is awesome. You guys will really like that episode.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So it's going to be first time Christine's doing a commentary on Next Stop Everywhere, and I hope everybody checks it out because it'll be a lot of fun.
I've never done a commentary on Next Stop Everywhere.
I know. We've only done 2 others, but I keep saying, if you want, we could do a commentary to Terror of the Autons or Spearhead from Space.
Oh! Spearhead from Space is like my favorite episode of Doctor Who, right?
It's probably my favorite Pertwee episode story.
I just like to hear the Brigadier,
with the possible exception of the 3 Doctors, but
I like to hear the Brigadier say, "Well, I thought I might do." I don't know why I like that so much, but yeah, I love Spearhead from Space. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, so I'm cool with that if you are. If you can remember that we're cool with that and want to do that.
I don't know if I'm going to remember anything.
Well, this is why we have the podcast. So we're recording this for posterity.
I'll be honest with you, Charles. I do listen to, all of the Southgate Media stuff in our podcasts. And about 2/3 of the way through, I'll be listening to going, because I don't remember stuff. So.
Well, that last third of the episodes of Drunk Cinema, you do tend to black out a little bit.
Well,
as far as your memory goes.
I'm the one that gets drunk, God damn it.
But you're the star, okay? I know my role is the supporting straight guy. So I realize that I'm the straight person. So you're the one everybody loves.
Am I the Gracie in this relationship?
Yes, you are. I'm the George, you're the Gracie. That's how this
George and
works.
I'm the Gracie. All right, I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Or like,
I think Charles is a great friend, and he's nice enough to do things like press record and hit stop. And I'm totally not. Like, I am not kidding when I said that I was trying to look at that record and I could not see it. I'm not kidding. I couldn't see it.
Well, I think that'd be a good indication to drink some water at this point.
I think I need to just finish this.
Well,
This stuff is
maybe ice counts, I guess.
ice
Get
count.
ice in
Yeah.
there.
See, here's the thing: the ice melts, and then it's like second drink.
Bonus drink. There you go. Bonus drink.
Best Dundies ever. Woo!
And then last but certainly not least, the Phantom Zone podcast
Phantom Zone, yeah.
that I do with DJ Nick, who's known to both of us, where we just recently finished up Jupiter's Legacy, and then Netflix canceled the show.
Yeah, you did. You finished it for fucking sure. You finished that shit.
But coming up, this weekend, we're going to be recording our first episode of Loki,
Charles.
which is the latest Marvel Cinematic Universe show that's on Disney Plus, and that was a lot of fun and very timey-wimey.
That is very.
So if you're a Doctor Who fan, you definitely need to check out Loki. I'm just saying.
I need you to tell me right now.
Yeah.
Answer me.
Okay.
Why aren't you doing Resident Alien?
Because this stuff, like Loki, gets more downloads.
Whatever. I'm going to tell Peter Hogan you said that.
I'm not against doing Resident Alien. If you want to come on and discuss Resident Alien with us, we will make that happen. I promise I will make that happen.
Do that because let me tell you something.
I'm sure Nick would be more than happy
Peter
to do that.
is a lovely person. He's a good friend, and
Yeah.
so excited for his success.
Right.
Peter Hogan, if you guys don't know,
Mm-hmm.
wrote Tom's Drawing Planet of Peril.
There you go.
So
With art by a certain Chris Sprouse, I might add.
certain Chris Sprouse, and we've done some conventions with him, and we've hung out. He's a good guy.
Right.
I want to promote his success whenever I possibly can. And Resident Alien is a fantastic show. And
Okay, well then, we're going to be, Loki's only 6 episodes.
well,
And we're doing the first one this weekend, so we'll probably want to talk something after that.
there you go.
So we should start lining this up.
Yeah, you should totally do that.
Okay.
Because it's
Sounds like a plan. All right.
mm-hmm.
So check us out on the Phantom Zone podcast, and then
You totally should. And also, DJ Nick is fucking rad. He's a good guy.
he is. Yeah, everybody loves DJ Nick.
He does like the heavy lifting on, Rachel did our a revamp recently. She did a revamp of our logo. She's our production, and I just put a bunch of trivia bullshit to our podcast. Guys are great. Those are great people to do a podcast with.
I do the heavy lifting for us, so.
You do, yeah. I mean, we're definitely a 60-40 around here.
Well, you bring such entertainment. I feel that you definitely give your fair share.
Are you just entertained by my drunkenness and my stupid trivia memory?
Not just, but that's part of it.
Well, I'm glad it's paying off in some sort of a way. I'm glad somebody considers it at least.
No, honestly, I love talking with you.
I love talking with you too.
I would talk with you more often.
I know. I mean, that's the thing.
So
we need to go to dinner for your birthday, man.
You're gonna think I'm like stalking you.
You guys, Charles's birthday is next week.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yours truly is turning 52.
Are you 52?
On Wednesday. I will be.
You're 52. That's right.
I will be. Yeah.
That's right.
I'm not 52 yet, but I'm getting there.
We had a party for his 50th birthday.
5 days. Yeah.
And fucking COVID happened, and then that bullshit kept us from having a 51st birthday party.
Right. No connection, right? Nothing, nothing that I didn't cause COVID, okay?
Can we please, on your birthday, can we go to Old Bag Nails and get all you can eat fish and chips?
Well, on my birthday, I'm planning on it.
Yeah,
so
do that. Yeah.
That's the plan anyway.
I haven't ordered you your birthday present yet, so your birthday present's going to be late, unfortunately.
Well, that's all right.
Oh my God, I'm so drunk. I'm so sorry I'm talking, Charles.
No, that's all right. That's all right. So let's just wrap this up.
I'm supposed to get up at like 6 a.m. tomorrow and go to stand in line at Record Store Day. I don't know how I'm going to do that.
Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right, fingers crossed. All right, well, let's wrap this up. And although I'm sure DJ Nick and other listeners, Christine, are probably laughing their ass off right now.
They're just well aware of how drunk Zan gets.
Yes. But see, this is why we love you.
I love you guys too.
Everybody loves Zan. All right. So come on back next time, episode 13, as Zan and I are going to discuss...
Come back or there will be trouble.
Trouble, yes. Because we are going to be discussing RoboCop.
Who is he? What is he?
What is he?
Where does he come from?
Robocopping here, robocopping there, people robocopping like they just don't care.
Hey, Charles, ask me if I enjoy the movie RoboCop.
Do you enjoy the movie RoboCop?
I like it!
I'll buy that for $1.
For $1.
So yeah, we're finally going to do RoboCop, you guys, the 1987 version, because, you know, we're 80s kids, so at least I am. So that was another one that was very popular on our Facebook poll. So yeah, we're giving the people what they want. And we're going to do RoboCop.
College boy? Am I just going to do all of the RoboCop quotes like right now?
Yeah, bitches leave.
Are you going to call me? Whatever he's paying you, I'll double it. I'll bet you're on your knees right now, begging for your life.
Dick Jones, okay?
I work for Dick Jones. He runs OCP. OCP runs the cops. His memory is visible in evidence. Yeah, okay. So this is gonna be a good one for us, Charles, because not only do we have Miguel Ferrer,
right, from Twin Peaks.
We have Ray Wise from Twin Peaks.
Yes, we do. This is almost like a Ghostwood episode.
It's like Ghostwood here when we're.
It's like Ghostwood here if I can get the thing to work properly.
Can you cue it up fast enough?
It's like Ghostwood here.
Exactly. So that's the thing. So it's gonna be a good one. And again, it's gonna be our second Peter Weller episode because we are a group on.
As part of our Peter Weller series.
As part of our what should our other Peter Weller movie be, do you think?
It's a good question.
Yeah. We
could do Star Trek.
Yeah,
Into Darkness, I believe, right?
We do Star Trek Into Darkness.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we could do. I would say let's do Shoot the Moon, but it's too fucking depressing.
All right. So my computer is telling me it's almost time to restart my device. So I'm going to go ahead and let's just go ahead and sign off.
Let's sign off or else I'll quote a bunch of shit.
Before my computer reboots and we lose all this.
I'm not 100% sure that I've been this drunk since Batman 1989.
Die Hard was big.
I was really drunk.
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
Merry Christmas.
So maybe we should do a Facebook poll about which episode we've done that Xanon was the most drunkest.
It's so fucking rad.
So let's get everybody's thoughts about which episode they thought you were the most hammered. Okay.
Yeah, good one. I like that. Again, which episode has Zan been the drunkest? Yeah, I mean, at least I don't pass out during these episodes.
No, you don't. That's
I don't fucking die.
That's why this is audio gold as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, thank you, Charles.
Audio gold. Hashtag audio gold. All right, so everybody coming back.
Remember Chicago, Paula, you got me drunk.
Episode 13, RoboCop 1987 with yours truly, Zan Sprouse. And a lot of alcohol and Zan's place right here on Drunk Cinema. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Dum, da-dum, da-dum.